Good morning, friends. On behalf of SME Chamber of India and Manufacturers and Exporters Association of India, it's my immense pleasure to welcome all of you, all the dignitaries, all the delegates, all sponsors, speakers for this August gathering, Gujarat Manufacturers and Exporters Summit. दोस्तों, एक बढ़िया अवसर है हमें गुजरात में इस समारोह का आयोजन करते हुए बहुत हमें खुशी हो रही है। गुजरात बेसिकली वह राज्य है जहां पे उद्योग और संस्कृति दोनों एक दूसरे को पूरक बनकर हाथ में हाथ रखकर आगे बढ़ते हैं। देश के सबसे औद्योगिक रूप में प्रगत जानने वाले स्टेट में, राज्यों में गुजरात शामिल होता है। बेसिकली केमिकल्स, इंजीनियरिंग, फार्मास्यूटिकल्स, वस्त्रोद्योग, सिरामिक इंडस्ट्री, देन हीरो, आभूषण और बहुत सारे सेक्टर्स में गुजरात ने उल्लेखनीय कार्य किया हुआ है। उद्यम अनुकूल नीतियां, सुदृढ़ औद्योगिक संरचनाएं और विश्वस्तरीय बंदरगाह संपर्क क्षेत्र और दूरदर्शी नेतृत्व जो गुजरात को मिला हुआ है, उसकी वजह से आज गुजरात देश में एक औद्योगिक और प्रगत राज्य माना जाता है। इस राज्य की राजधानी में आज हम लोग ये मैन्युफैक्चरर्स और एक्सपोर्टर्स समिट कर रहे हैं। दोस्तों, नॉर्मली कहा जाता है कि अगर बिजनेस सीखना है या उद्योग अगर सीखना है तो गुजराती समुदाय से प्रेरणा लेनी चाहिए, क्योंकि उनका व्यापार करने का दृष्टिकोण एज वेल एज जो दूरदर्शीपना होता है क्या, वो बहुत अद्वितीय होता है। जब एक तरफ आज अगर हम लोग देखेंगे तो ये जियो पॉलिटिकल कंडीशंस जो बनी हुई है, जो पूरा वर्ल्ड उसको फेस कर रहा है, सब जगह पे बहुत सारी अफरा तफरी मची हुई है। इंडस्ट्री के लोग अगर आप देखोगे तो बहुत सारे भयभीत है, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सपोर्ट्स थोड़ा हैम्पर हो चुका है। लेकिन इस कंडीशन में भी एक गुजराती भाई ऐसा निकला कि जो 50 साल में नहीं हुआ था वो भाई ने कर दिखाया। अगर आपने न्यूज़ पढ़ी रहेगी या, तो एक गुजराती भाई ने क्या कर दिया, अमेरिका में जाके $300 बिलियन रिफाइनरी में लगा दिए और गुजरात का बल्कि देश का नाम एक सुनहरे अक्षरों में उन्होंने पूरा लिख दिया। ये एक जो कहते हैं ना बिजनेस करने का जो एक तरीका होता है, जहाँ पे लोग कहते हैं कि भाई नहीं यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है, लेकिन वो प्रॉब्लम से भी जो अपॉर्चुनिटीज ढूंढते हैं, उसमें से एक ये लेसन है जहाँ पे इन्होंने एक अपॉर्चुनिटी ढूंढ ली और ये पूरा का पूरा माहौल जो है, पूरा माहौल उन्होंने चेंज कर दिया। अगर देखा जाए तो ये एक दूरदृष्टि की जो सोच बोलते हैं, दूरदृष्टि जो कहते हैं, वो दूरदृष्टि यहाँ से ही आती है। मित्रों, आज का ये जो प्रोग्राम हमने रखा हुआ है, ये बेसिकली मैन्युफैक्चरर्स और एक्सपोर्टर्स के ध्यान में रखे हमने किया हुआ है। आज इफ यू सी द रोल ऑफ द एमएसएमईज इनटू द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर, इट्स ह्यूज। या एमएसएमईज आर द बिगेस्ट कंट्रीब्यूटर for the manufacturing, exports as well as the employment generation. आज भारत में जो रजिस्टर्ड एमएसएमईज है वो 6.3 करोड़ एमएसएमईज है, जो कि देश के सकल घरेलू उत्पादन में लगभग 30% का योगदान देते हैं। भारत के कुल निर्यात का लगभग 45% संभालते हैं और 11,000 करोड़ लोगों को एमएसएमईज रोजगार प्रदान करती है, जो कि सेकंड है एग्रीकल्चर के बाद। अगर सर्विस सेक्टर भी इसमें हम लोग इंक्लूड करते हैं तो मेरे ख्याल से 27 करोड़ के ऊपर रोजगार प्रदान हो जाता है। केवल हम लोग गुजरात की अगर बात करें तो एमएसएमई के अनेक प्रमुख क्लस्टरों को शक्ति प्रदान करने का काम गुजरात करता है। जैसे मैंने कहा, वस्त्र है, हीरा उद्योग है, अहमदाबाद और वडोदरा में फार्मास्यूटिकल एवं रसायन, राजकोट में इंजीनियरिंग, मोरबी में सिरेमिक उद्योग है। ये केवल आंकड़े नहीं है, ये लाखों लोगों का रोजगार प्रदान करने का काम एमएसएमई इकाइयां कर रही है। आज माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो सपना है, जो आत्मनिर्भर भारत और विकसित भारत, जो दूरदर्शी विजन उन्होंने सामने लाया हुआ है, वो एक स्पष्ट संकेत देता है कि भारत एक मजबूत और आत्मनिर्भर देश वैश्विक प्रतिस्पर्धा में बनने जा रहा है और एक अग्रणी अर्थव्यवस्था बन रही है। जहां पे हम लोग बात करें कि $5 ट्रिलियन अर्थव्यवस्था बनाने की हम लोग बात करते हैं, तब ये बड़े उद्योग तो काम कर ही रहे हैं, लेकिन बड़े उद्योगों के साथ में ये छोटे उद्योग जो है, वो छोटे उद्योग भी उन्हें बहुत बड़ी सहयोग और सफलता प्रदान करते हैं। आज अगर आप देखोगे तो गवर्नमेंट जैसे कि मान के चलिए उद्यम पंजीकरण है, CGTSME है, मुद्रा योजना है, PMEGP है, PMECGP है, ECLSGS है, PLI योजनाएं है, Z है, NCGST जैसे कोई जो स्कीम्स अभी गवर्नमेंट नए बजट में लेके आई हुई है, ये स्कीम्स मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर को बहुत बढ़ावा देने का काम कर रही है। आज अगर आप देखोगे तो बैंकों के पास धन की कमी नहीं है। आपको देने के लिए बैंक के पास बहुत सारा धन, बहुत सारा पैसा पड़ा हुआ है। एक ही चीज चाहिए आपको कि आपका जो डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है, आपका डॉक्यूमेंटेशन प्रॉपर रहे, आपकी बैलेंस शीट प्रॉपर रहे, आपका जो प्रोजेक्शंस है, आपके विजन्स है, वो क्लियर रहे, जो कि आप बैंकों को प्रॉपरली कम्युनिकेट कर सके। आज अगर आपका क्रेडिट वर्दीनेस है, आपकी क्रेडिबिलिटी है मार्केट में अगर अवेलेबल है, तो कोई बैंक ना नहीं कहेगा आपको लेंड करने के लिए। यहाँ पे बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के अधिकारी बैठे हुए हैं, स्टेट बैंक के अधिकारी बैठे हुए हैं, सिडबी से आए हुए हैं, तो इनमें से कोई भी अधिकारी आपको ना नहीं कहेगा आपको लोन देने के लिए। बाकायदा जो मैंने कहा कि आपकी क्रेडिट वर्दीनेस और आपकी जो क्रेडिबिलिटी है मार्केट में, वो आपकी प्रॉपर होनी चाहिए। आज जो डिजिटल लेंडिंग लेके आए हुए हैं बैंकर्स, क्या वो तो मेरे ख्याल से प्रेजेंटेशन में उनके बात करेंगे ही वो, क्या लेकिन जो टाइमिंग है, डिलीवरी टाइमिंग है, टैट जिसे बोलते हैं बैंकिंग भाषा में, वो बहुत कम हो चुका है। आज अगर आपका डॉक्यूमेंट प्रॉपर है तो मेरे ख्याल से सर 5 करोड़ तक का लोन हम लोग 1-3 घंटे में सैंक्शन करवा देते हैं, इन प्रिंसिपल सैंक्शन मोस्टली। सो देखिए, SBI का भी मेरे ख्याल से उन्होंने बहुत बढ़िया प्रोडक्ट लाया हुआ है। सो MSME के लिए आपका बैलेंस शीट, जैसे कि कहा, GST, इनकम टैक्स प्रॉपर रखिए। यही एक 3-4 चीजें हैं जो मायने रखती है आपका क्रेडिट असेसमेंट करने के लिए। आज जो ये सम्मेलन हमने आयोजित किया हुआ है, इसमें सहयोगी सभी संस्थाओं को जो आमंत्रित किया हुआ है, उसमें बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, सिडबी से आपको यह जानने का अवसर मिलेगा कि SME के लिए कौन कौन से विशिष्ट वित्तीय उत्पादन और समाधान उपलब्ध है। NCGTC के माध्यम से मिलने वाली बिना जमानत ऋण सुविधाएं तथा बढ़ते उद्यमियों के लिए उपलब्ध उच्च क्रेडिट सीमाएं, एज वेल एज रत्नफिन इंश्योरेंस ब्रोकिंग को हमने यहाँ पे बुलाया हुआ है, जो कि शिलादित्य चौधरी जी यहाँ पे है। ही इज गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द जनरल इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट फॉर द MSMEs। इस प्रोडक्ट्स का हम कैसे फायदा ले सकते हैं हमारे मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एक्सपोर्ट्स में, और हमारा जो नुकसान है वो नुकसान हम कैसे टाल सकते हैं। दोस्तों, SME चैम्बर ऑफ इंडिया एंड गुजरात मैन्युफैक्चरर्स एंड एक्सपोर्टर्स एसोसिएशन पिछले 30 साल से ज़्यादा हो चुके हम यहाँ पे ऑल इंडिया लेवल पे कार्यरत है। बेसिकली वी आर ट्राइंग टू ब्रिज द गैप बिटवीन द इंडस्ट्री एंड द स्टेक होल्डर्स, जहाँ पे मैन्युफैक्चरर्स, एक्सपोर्टर्स आदि को जो सुविधाएं लगती है, उनको हैंड होल्डिंग लगता है, वो हैंड होल्डिंग करने का काम हम पिछले 30-32 साल से कर रहे हैं। गवर्नमेंट के साथ में जो लाइसेंसिंग है, पॉलिसी मेकिंग है, We are the largest association giving their inputs to the state government, banking industry, central government, MSME ministry, finance ministry for the development of the MSME sector. अगर कुछ मैं बता नहीं जाऊं तो आज ये जो MSME स्टॉक एक्सचेंज है या कोलैटरल फ्री लोन्स है या उसके पीछे एसएमई चैम्बर का बहुत बड़ा योगदान रहा है. हमारे जो प्रेसिडेंट है, फाउंडर एंड प्रेसिडेंट मिस्टर चंद्रकांत सालुंखे, उनके नेतृत्व में एसएमई चैम्बर ऑफ इंडिया एंड अदर ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस वर्किंग कर रहे हैं. दोस्तों, मेरा मानना यह है कि ये जो प्लेटफॉर्म आपको दिया हुआ है, इस प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर आप आइए, आप जुड़ जाइए एमएसएमई के साथ में. यहाँ पे जो स्टेक होल्डर्स है उनके साथ में जुड़ जाइए. आपकी जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स है, आपके जो भी कुछ डाउट्स है, वो डाउट्स क्लियर कर लीजिए. सभी बैंकों के यहाँ पे बूथ भी लगे हुए हैं. आपका कोई भी प्रपोजल रहे या कुछ आपको डाउट रहे, यू कैन गो टू देम एंड डायरेक्टली डिस्कस विद देम. आज यहाँ पे खास तौर से जो उपस्थित है उन सभी का मैं स्वागत करना चाहता हूँ एसएमई चैम्बर की तरफ से और आप सभी की तरफ से. सबसे पहले मैं अजय ठाकुर जी होए जो बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के एफजीएम हैं, यहाँ पे आए हुए हैं. मैं उनको दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि वो मंच पे आए. और हमारे यहाँ के जो डायरेक्टर है एसएमई चैम्बर ऑफ इंडिया के पुरोहित जी, मैं पुरोहित जी से दरख्वास्त करूँगा कि उनको बुके देके उनका स्वागत करें. मैं दरख्वास्त करूँगा हनुमंत कुमार ठाकुर जी को, जो जोनल मैनेजर है बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के वडोदरा जोन के. प्लीज़ यहाँ पे आइए. दीपक सिंह चांडेल जी है, डीजीएम एसएमईबीयू एलएचओ गांधीनगर, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया. उनका भी स्वागत करें. नितिन शुक्ला जी है, डीजीएम सिडबी अहमदाबाद. आई रिक्वेस्ट सर, प्लीज कम ऑन द डायस. शीलादित्य चौधरी, प्रेसिडेंट एंड हेड रत्नपिन इंश्योरेंस एंड ब्रोकिंग. मैं उन्हें भी दरखास्त करता हूँ, आप कृपया स्टेज पे आइए, मंच पे आइए. अभिषेक मालविया. मंगला चौहान जी, सीईओ एंड फाउंडर मीडास कंसल्टेंसी एंड वाइस प्रेसिडेंट बड़ौदा मैनेजमेंट एसोसिएशन. प्लीज जोरदार तालियों से इनका भी स्वागत कर लीजिए. मैं दरख्वास्त करूंगा पूर्वेश सिंह बख्शी जी को, जो कि एसएमई सिटी सेंटर के इंचार्ज है गांधीनगर के बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के. प्लीज स्टेज पे आइए. थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच. उसके साथ हमारे जो बाकी सहयोगी जो है, बाकी सहयोगी एसोसिएशन है, उनको भी मैं धन्यवाद देता हूं. और मेरा जो इनॉग्रल स्पीच है या इनॉग्रल वेलकम एड्रेस है वो मैं यही स्थगित करता हूं. आप सभी का एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करता हूं. और मैं रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगा हनुमंत कुमार ठाकुर जी को, जोनल मैनेजर बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, टू डिलीवर द कीनोट स्पीच. प्लीज सर, प्लीज वेलकम सर. योर बिग राउंड ऑफ अप्लॉज टू हिम.
Good morning. My boss, FGM, Shri Ajay Thakur sir, organizers of this special event on the SMEs, Mr. Salunkhe, my bankers colleague, my colleague Subrat, Deepthi from SME side, Purohit ji. I am indeed privileged and honored to be here in this August gathering. Friends, first of all, let me congratulate these organizers that they have created this beautiful event. And SMEs are what SMEs are. I think broadly he has already advised all of you, already described all of you. I represent Bank of India, and Bank of India is a premier nationalized bank. I'm sure Bank of India doesn't require any description or any introduction, but still for the people usually we don't go by the numbers and facts. Just I give snapshot of the Bank of India, what Bank of India is. Bank of India is a premier, one of the premier nationalized bank across all the geographies in India. More than 5,400 branches we have, and this organizational structure is divided into 13 field general manager offices. Gujarat is one of the field general manager office, and our Ajay Thakur sir is heading the field general manager office in Ahmedabad. Friends, we have more than 47 overseas branches. We are there in all major financial and economic centers, right from the Tokyo, then mainland China, Hong Kong, Singapore, in New Zealand, in the eastern side, on the western side, we started from the in Africa, Middle East, mainland Europe. We have couple of branches in UK, and of course in the New York and San Francisco. So if you see across the globe, all major financial centers are covered by Bank of India. And I'm happy to just share with you that Bank of India is the first Indian bank who opened its first branch in London in the pre-independence days in 1946. So Bank of India has very big legacy. We are here since 1906. So we have crossed 120 years. So for any organization, 120 years is a very big journey. Bank of India has seen all economic upheavals, all recessions, two world wars, in independence and before independence. So you have great recession, and of course subprime crisis in 2008. So by all these events and all these various difficult times Bank of India has seen and sustained and continuously sustained and grown. So you can make out how big and how strong this organization is and what kind of foundation we have. Because you will agree that sustaining any economic upheaval, you have to have a strong foundation. You have to have ethics, you have to have certain foundation principles, otherwise you cannot sustain. Bank of India is a major premier bank, and it's a being public sector bank. We have certain obligations in comparison to our private colleagues or NBFCs. SMEs, we value SMEs. We know the value of the SMEs for the society, for the employment, and we are also mandated to support SMEs in a big way. Bank of India is not only lender for the SMEs. That is the most important thing. And SMEs have certain typical limitations and certain typical advantages. And especially when it comes to export credit, because we especially here to address the issues related to export, then I think SME need more hand holding, because there are complexities in the international business, there are complexities in the export business, and being public sector bank, we provide additional helping hand. Apart from financing through pre-shipment and post-shipment credit, that I think my colleague will, when present our product side, he will explain more. We also help understand their varied needs in different times. Like right now, we are passing through a difficult time in the Middle East war. Prior to that, we were having tariff war. These all events, particularly who are the exporters, it affects them very badly. And these are the uncertain events. It's very difficult for them to understand, but we being banker, having large number of clients, SMEs as well as corporate clients, we have a big team sitting in our head office, researching and looking at the events and forging the strategy that how to help them. We directly lies with various regulatory authorities, including Reserve Bank of India and government and DGFT. So we have better insight of all these events. So interacting with bank is give insight to SMEs. In the present scenario, Government has come out with various steps. I just narrate some of them for the benefit of the audience. Like pre-shipment and post-shipment credit, one of the way we usually finance for the exporters. Ideally, your pre-shipment should be liquidated by 270 days. But in this situation, they have allowed this period 450 days. Similarly, advance payment when you receive, you supposed to make the shipment within 12 months. Now, within 12 months, that is 1 year. Now, this period has been extended to 3 years. So, these are the measures I think taken by the government. And in addition to that, there is one special loan is also provided. That is 4 years term loan, and this loan is available to the exporters whose at least 5% turnover is coming through the export. This special facility is similar to the window you might have, you remember, I think, by many of friends in the form of GCL. This is again a loan available for 4 years with 1 year moratorium. And typically, it is 20% of your working capital you can avail it. This facility is given up to 31st March 2026, and this is covered under credit guarantee scheme for the exporters or CGSE, and it is guaranteed by National Credit Guarantee Trust. I think officers are here. So this is very unique facility, and interestingly, any of these loans, suppose you avail, it will not tantamount to restructuring, and it will not alter your credit score, it will not alter your classification. Bank of India has set up one unique office in Gift City, Gandhinagar, that is foreign exchange back office. This office provides one stop entire consultancy for the export documentation and various compliances. Export involve various risks actually, and for SME, hiring one consultant or keeping one person with FEMA knowledge or regulatory compliances knowledge, it's very costly affair. So we as a public sector banker provide you additional help through this office, and our entire foreign exchange operations are right now centralized at foreign exchange back office in Gift City, Gandhinagar. You can pay visit. Luckily, you people are having it's in the vicinity of you people. In addition to these financing and consultancy, we have various risk mitigation covers also. Bank of India provides ECGC coverage under whole turnover policy, umbrella policy taken for the packing credit as well as post shipment credit. In addition to that, you can also buy buyer wise policy for specific exporters. One more thing I would like to share, probably some of the people may aware. ECGC classify countries in based on the risk, and it's a low risk, medium risk, high risk, and off credit. ECGC doesn't touch usually high risk and off credit countries. I think some of the exporters we have come across, they export to these countries as well because margins are high, and they just look at the opportunities. So these off credit countries, Exim Bank has one unique policy. Exim Bank provide insurance cover for the bills drawn under the LCs of these banks situated in these countries. So this facility can be availed through the banks. So suppose you people have any such export or any trading partner sitting in the off credit countries, there is an opportunity. You can use services of Exim Bank. This is a very important thing. I thought let me share with you. And this is possible through your bank only. You have to approach to bank first, advising the detail of the transaction, advising the detail of the LC. Bank will approach to Exim Bank, and prior approval is obtained. Then you tender the document, and in case that LC opening bank or LC issuing bank fails to pay on the due date, Exim Bank will pay on your behalf, and they will go for the litigation and whatever they will put on your shoes. So this is very important development is there. One more aspect I think majority of the exporters face, They don't understand that I have remitted, why payment is not made. I was supposed to get some payment, why I have not received. So remittance related various issues, day in day out people are facing. In this particular aspect, there are compliance related issues. Banks have prior information in certain geographies that some issues are there, and some banned entities, sanctioned entities, list of sanctioned entities are there, banned entities are there, and special designated nationals are there with whom you cannot transact. So if you transact with this kind of entities, your payment will be forfeited, your documents will not be go through, and various issues crops up. So before entering into any new territory or any new business, you can consult your bank first. Bank will provide you a broad insight of these geographies, whether it is safe or not, and what kind of risk you are going to attract while dealing with these people. In this war-like situation, one more development happened. Government has allowed retaining your EFC account, foreign currency, instead of 30 days, you can now retain up to 90 days. This is one more important thing is there. So friends, we also help you in the capacity building for sharing market risk and our analysis, whatever we are doing at our head office level. Bank also support for the technological upgradation. Bank also support for the energy saving measures. So suppose you come with the proposals of this kind, bank is happily. Now I am coming to a point. What bank expect from SME and how we look at any proposal. What are our criterias where we feel comfortable? Usually, like my earlier speaker, Salunkhe ji was telling that we can give you in 4 hours any loan. Agreed. But whether any SME can create any unit in 4 hours, is it possible? No. Spending or creating any unit also takes months of long homework. First you perceive any idea, then you go for the market research and n number of compliances, then only something happens. So I think it's a very I think it's not ideal to say that we need loan in 4 hours or 1 hour or 1 or 2 days, because even when you purchase a small car, that also we go for homework for months. If you are trying to, suppose I want to purchase a house, I think it will take me months to decide where to purchase, which will be the area, what is my budget, pro cons. So taking any financial decision, naturally it takes long. How, what are the broad contours where bank feel comfortable, that I want to share. First of all, bank needs transparency from any unit. And how transparency comes? What kind of accounting software or how you maintain your accounting records, your financial records? How your decision making happens in your organization? What kind of internal controls you have in place? Whether you have codified your internal controls, whether your vendors and suppliers are diversified. So all these broad areas, bank is bank is comfortable if we get answers of all these things. And one more thing, loyalty is the key in nowadays. Suppose you shift time and again for the petty gains, for the small gains, definitely we feel little bit uncomfortable. And ultimately, any business is human centric. So human aspect has to be there. We also look at the things, what kind of tra- uh, attrition is there in your organization. Suppose time and again you are hiring new people, this is also one indicator we feel it's a negative. So, rightly said Salunke ji, banks are ready, banks are needy to finance you, banks are there to support you in all the forms, be it finance or advisory. Banks are willing to be with you because we also want to grow and we are mandated by the government being our major stakeholder. But these are the things we expect from your side. Documentation is very broad part, but what kind of documentation? Documentation you can prepare, your chartered accountant or consultant will prepare. But whether the documents you are submitting or tendering to us has hygiene, whether these documents have proper integrity, whether these documents are supported by the numbers that is properly recorded in your books and in your computers, this is a big question. So transparency and integrity of the data ultimately banker is looking at. And friends, nowadays you take whatever measures, it's a very transparent world. Your each action, your each commitment, your each delays, your each payment is recorded somewhere and ultimately it is translated into your credit rating. It's a CMR or CIBIL. So my submission to all of you with this August gathering, I think people who matters to your individual entities or many units, that be transparent. Now it's a time that be transparent, be compliant. You may have wrong decision, you may have losses, you may not uh, achieve your projections 100%, but if you are transparent and if your flow, money flow clearly visible in your books of accounts, banks are comfortable. Banks are willing to be your partners. We are not only lenders, we are your partners because when I say that 20% margin, 25% margin is required, means we are putting our skin 75%. So we are more worried than you in your businesses. But how you can give us comfort? These are the areas you can give us comfort. So again, I congratulate SME Manufacturers Association and Salunke ji for giving this opportunity. Banks are willing. Whenever you think of any new unit, whenever you think about expansion, whenever you have any idea of getting any loan or finance, Bank of India is there. Bank of India is willing, and we eagerly wait your calls to be with us. And there's some distinct advantage you have while dealing with public sector banks. I think some young generation is also here. They may have or have not experience with public sector banks. Public sector banks have unique working. They may not be very glossy like private sector. They may not be very articulated in presenting their case before you. But I can assure you one thing: we matter business and we understand business because ultimately SME is a area where structured product doesn't work. Each SME has a different need, and to understand that need, we need experience and patience. And both of things we have being a public sector bank. Thank you very much.
Now I would like to invite Purnesh Bakshi in charge of the SME City Center Gandhinagar Bank of India to speak on the bank's role in the MSME sector and flagship products. Over to you, sir.
Esteemed directors, president, executive from SME Chamber of India, GIDC, Manufacturers and Export Association of India, our Field General Manager, Bank of India, Shri Ajay Thakur sir, my Zonal Manager, Madam Dipti Agarwal, Zonal Managers from Bank of India coming from Vadodara Zone, Ahmedabad Zone, distinguished guest, fellow entrepreneur, and champions of MSME, Namaskar and good morning. Sir, it's an honor to stand here before you on this vibrant MSME event where the heartbeat of Indian economy pulses strongest. We are not just the business. MSMEs units, we are not just a business. You are the dreams of millions. You are the light, you are the fire. The engine of innovation and backbone of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Bank of India stands with you and is very much eager to join you. So let me give you a glimpse on this. Bank of India is a 120-year-old, not old, it's a 120-year young institution. We founded on 7th September of 1906, and we are weathered bank, and we are shelter for the storms. So we have seen all ups and downs. Further, if you look at our branch presence, we have more than 5,100 branches across India. Sir has already shared you our regarding our presence in foreign countries, almost 47 branches with a workforce of around 55,000 employees. And our business mix, we have already crossed 15 lakh crore. In MSME, Bank of India has a business of more than 1 lakh crore. Now what we are doing, like Bank of India, how and what we are doing. So there are total 14 lakh MSME units who have benefited through association with us. Then nearly 75 lakh employment has been generated. We have registered for the last 2 years, we are registering more than 20% YOY growth. So that is a biggest achievement we can say. Further, all the schemes of the Government of India is available at our counter, right from Mudra loan, right from microfinance to macro. Now that the government has revised the definition of MSME, the turnover up to 500 crore. If your turnover is up to 500 crore, you are MSME units. So MSME units can get benefit under the government's scheme. From Mudra, Stand Up India to Startup India, everything is available at our counter. Now, how we are delivering? So, and what strategy we have formulated to serve you better? So, we have a dedicated team, specialized team to cater to your needs. Now that in this digitalized world, we have end-to-end STP process. We have Digi business products also, where up to 2 CR you can rightly from your counter, from your PC, you can do a web journey and then avail the working capital facility. Well, mostly when we speak about MSME, we do have a tailored product, we do have a ready-made product, and we also deal in a gray cloth, in the sense that even if some of your requirement is not falling within the product range, outside the product range also we can fund to MSMEs. Further, we have formed a cluster-based lending approach, wherein suppose in Morbi there is a ceramic unit. So to cater to the ceramic unit, we have a special cluster-based scheme which is approved from the board, which is standardized, which continues year on year. Like today I have given you a good competitive rate, telling you that okay, we are financing you under our cluster-based scheme and our rates are attractive. But what about the next year? So these cluster-based lending products, they continue year on year basis, and then that same attractive rate you tend to get every year. So it's a beneficial deal. We have more than 130 specialized processing centers for MSME. So whenever you think that okay, I want to avail the facility, then please always visit our SME city center, which are located in most of the cities, towns. Like in Gandhinagar we have, In Morbi we have, Rajkot we have, when we speak about Gujarat, so Bhavnagar we have, Vadodara we have, Surat we have got presence in almost every corner of Gujarat. So they are dedicated specialized centers. They are equipped with the marketing staffs and dedicated team also. Further now we have also engaged a business sourcing agent also to cater to your needs. We have tie-up with the fintech firms also. So we were talking about the flagship product. So basically our products are which are displayed here. So MSME Thala. This product is specifically designed for the customers who are in travel, hospitality, logistics. The purpose here is, if you want to create a paying guest, if you want to build a restaurant or a hotel or a resort, so we can lend you under our this flagship product named Thala. Even if you want to build a warehouse, so the only requirement is the unit must be MSME unit, and then if you have a little bit of experience, it gives comfort definitely. Then secondly, in the nowadays, if you are a running existing entrepreneur, you are running your entity and you feel that okay, my light bills are more. What if I install a solar? What if I install a machinery which can be more efficient? Or what if I want to install an EV charge station? So we have a special product in this regard, which is a Star Energy Saver, where we can fund you for the energy saver equipment like solar, installation of solar, like turbines in the. Then in case if you wish to shift your accounts, we would definitely welcome you. So for that, there is a welcome offer. The rate of interest in that are quite attractive. Bank of India offers product with very competitive margin. I mean, it's range from 15 to 25%. So this advantage is always there. So most of the products have a competitive margin, competitive pricing, competitive processing fee. For doctors, we have a Doctor Plus scheme. We not only assist the doctors in purchasing, acquiring the hospital, but for renovation, for buying ambulance, right from bed to furniture to everything, we can finance in this service sector under Doctor Plus scheme, and the rate of interest are best in the industries. Further, if you think that okay, I want to do marketing related expenditure incur, I want to do R&D, and then oh, I need a certain working capital requirement to meet a temporary liquidity mismatch. So for that also we have a product which is a assets backed product, which it is a collateral backed product, and ROI again is a very much competitive. Then again, for if you need a vehicle for your captive consumption or for commercial, if you are running a fleet, you are a fleet operator, then also we can give you a finance under our vehicle express scheme. Also for cranes, loaders, like that, construction equipment, if you want, we have a equipment express scheme. Contractor line of credit is a dedicated product mean for the contractors, whether you are AAA, AA, single A, or any contractor recognized with the construction institutions. And like sir said regarding export credit, so export credit, we have the best rate of interest in the industry. We are giving EPC in INR, in foreign currency as well. In foreign currency, we are giving in USD, GBP, Japanese yen, and euro. So almost 5 currencies. So pre-shipment normally we give in form of export credit, export packaging credit, and post-shipment we normally give in form of foreign bill purchase discounting, yeah, or foreign bills negotiation if it is backed by the LC. We in the export credit segment we have a very special one of the USP of the product is we have that standby line of credit in this. Suppose we have given you 50 CR of the export limit. So 25% of this 50 CR is a standby limit which is available to you. So in case there is a spurt in order that you can avail it. So it is one of the very unique feature under our export credit. Our ROI in this is as low as 6.75. It's a attractive ROI in INR. And for foreign currency loans, earlier we used to use LIBOR rate. So now we are using ARR, so alternative reference rate we can say. So spread over that is also only 75 basis point. So it's a very competitive product. Please do connect with us regarding export financing. Now that I'm seeing a lots of women entrepreneur also here, there is a product for women entrepreneur which is Udyami Vanita. So in case if Udyami is registered in the name of a woman, if a woman is having a shareholding of more than 51%, so that can be covered under Udyami Vanita scheme. So what we are doing is we can give lending up to 10 CR under this Udyami Vanita scheme, and the rate of interest is very competitive. It's 8.60, and further also if there are collateral back concession also can be given. Further, if a woman beneficiary want to purchase an premises, so 14 to 15 years repayment also can be given. So this was regarding a woman. So now I am also seeing a young entrepreneur also here who are below 35 years of age. So for you also we have one scheme which is Yuva. So Yuva Udyami. So in Yuva Udyami we can give a funding up to 1 CR, and it is backed by the credit guarantees trust scheme, that is CGTMSE, and its entire fee is borne by bank. So this is also, so if you have any of in your radar, or if somebody is doing job work for you or want to do job work for you, then please do suggest them to visit Bank of India for availing benefit under these products. Further, we have done a tie-up with the Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, the digital DGB products, and then Startup India. So as you can see, under welcome offer, we are giving funding up to 50 CR. And then the export credit benefit which I was discussing earlier, it is available under welcome offer also. Okay, these all MSME including food and agro. So all products includes food and agro also units. So then this assets backed product we recently discussed. In this we are giving 75% of the property value if it is a residential. So if it is a commercial, up to 65% we can go. Again, repayment period, if you see here, it is like it is mean normally when we are giving term loan. So if you are incurring a preliminary expenses, if it is a huge, okay, so we have, or if you want to buy a premises, or then the repayment period, longer repayment period benefit is available here. This also we have just give you a glimpse. Here the rate of interest is 8.75. It's a very competitive. It is not there with any other bank. So it's a very competitive rate of interest. This vehicle express product is for purchase of LCV, MCV, commercial vehicle or for passenger vehicle. Here also repayment period 10 years is available in contractor line of credit. Both fund based, normally contractor needs non-fund based limits also. So fund based, non-fund based both we can give, like for bank guarantee, for LC. So in this quantum is 25 crore. So what if your quantum goes beyond 25 crore? So no need to worry. We can give you funding outside this scheme also. So these are just a tailored products. So beyond this also we can fund you. Cluster based scheme products, like earlier said, these clusters are normally identified by UNIDO, Ministry of MSME, government agency. Normally when we do field visit also we come to know, okay, this cluster we can do. Like in Gandhinagar we have observed PB manufacturers are there. Then in Himmatnagar side we observed, okay, there are so many iron and steel. Earlier they were doing ceramics, now they are moving to iron and steel manufacturing, billets, ingots plants. So we have formulated a cluster schemes which is duly approved by board, which is very a competitive scheme with a very competitive rate of interest. So mostly region wise we have a cluster scheme, and we are also always evolving. So whenever there is a need, we are changing the scheme also on year basis. This we have already discussed. Further, there is also a product for professionals, and then the tie-up with the Tata Motors, Tata Power, and Hinduja Motors Finance. Well, our mission is strategic, structured, sustainable, building future-ready MSME. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bakshi sir, for your detailed presentation about the MSME's product from Bank of India. Now I would like to invite Shiladitya Chaudhary, President and Head, Ratnapin Insurance and Broking. He is going to talk on the leveraging insurance as an effective risk mitigation tool for manufacturers and exporters. Shiladitya is having a 20 years, more than 20 years experience in SBI General Insurance. After that, he is with Zurich Kotak, the largest insurance company. And now he has joined Ratnapin Insurance Broking. So give a big round of applause to him. And I welcome Shiladitya ji for his presentation.
So Mahesh has given an introduction, but let me tell you, insurance is a subject. Normally, we perceive it sometimes that this is under compulsion we have to take an insurance cover. But actually it is not the fact, because after spending almost 24 years with this sector in insurance, what I have learned or I have perceived is that it is not only a risk mitigation tool in case of an emergency or in case of an unfortunate event, but also it is basically a support for growth or growing your business. So today we'll not discuss in detail about the products, because this is not a forum where we will discuss about the products and the nitty-gritties, but I will share with you some live cases, some examples where insurance is actually important or beneficial for MSMEs. So since this is a summit for MSMEs, so this should be relevant to the MSMEs, because insurance is a subject where large corporates, they're very well aware about insurance subjects. Accordingly, they have a department, designated department for taking insurance, managing their risks, and covering their in fact the events that they're undergoing or encountered. But for the MSMEs in India, it is still almost 85% is uninsured or underinsured. And at the time of any such event, may it be a fire incident, may it be a flood, may it be an earthquake, may it be robbery, burglary, whatever, the MSMEs, they suffer a lot because we all know that MSMEs operate in a thin margin. They're not like large corporates. So at this kind of event, they're the worst affected person, and that's why insurance comes into picture. So before I get into some live cases, I'll just give you a brief about Ratnafin. So basically, we are an IRDA licensed broking firm. So IRDA is our regulator, Insurance Regulatory Development Authority of India. So we have received our license 5 years back, and we are operating in pan-India market with our presence. And the powerhouse behind us is where from this Ratnafin has come. So I think many of you have heard about this name called Ratnamani Industries, and it is very well known in Gujarat, and it is also a group where they have presence across the globe. This may not be known to many of you, but just to let you know, our presence is across the globe. This is the Ratnamani's presence, and we are very proud to share with you that our parts, we are also supplying to ISRO, we are also supplying to some of the units, and you can see France is here. So our parts are also used, our manufactured parts are also used in Rafale, which is, I mean, all of us we know and we are proud of. So उसमें भी हमारा parts use होता है, and we are present across this globe. So therefrom we are coming. So it's a very strong background that we have. We also have, just to show you the previous slide. It's not moving anyways. So we have a lot of other business segments, like we are present in pharma, we are present in manufacturing, we are present in engineering, we are present in finance sector, and we also have an NBFC. So this is about the group with a strong background. Now we are in insurance, and our job is not to cover the risk, but also to advise the customer rightly with proper, guidance, so that the customer does not suffer at the time of loss. It is not about just selling a product, it is about to safeguard a customer. Insurance is something which is, normally you have seen that वो पीछे लिखा रहता है ना insurance के brochure में, that insurance is a subject matter of solicitation. I think all of us, we have seen it. But what I feel is that insurance is a subject matter of solution. So we, as a technical person, as a knowledgeable person, this is because this is BFSI is a knowledge industry. We don't sell any tangible product, we sell knowledge, and we actually help the customer to combat these situations. So insurance is actually a subject matter of solution, and we are there for it. Gandhi? Yeah. So I've already explained this, the divisions of Ratnafin. We are into, we are also having an NBFC, and we are also into insurance. And the advantage of this is that we have vast choices. I mean, there are certain, because I've almost, out of 24 years, the entire 24 years I've worked with companies like SBI General Insurance. I have some colleagues also present here from SBI. I have worked with Zurich, which is the world's second largest insurance company, world's second largest. So where proudly I can say that, last year we had a contest all over the Zurich, they call it Zurich World. So they are present in 149 countries, where we had a contest of idea generation from all the countries. And we were the second and the first runner-up. First was Spain and the second was India, and I represented India there. So the product that we invented here in Zurich, India, is now been replicated in many of the Zurich operating countries. So that is what India actually gives to the world. So I'm very proud to share that with you guys. Anyways, now we'll go through a small AV to understand what are the risks that SMEs or MSMEs they face.
You built this, not overnight, not by luck. Every machine on that floor, every person who shows up before 8 a.m., every order delivered on time, even when it was hard. That's not just a business. That's a life's work sitting inside four walls. But here's the question nobody has ever sat down and asked you. Is everything you've built actually safe? Not insured, not protected.
We are Ratnafin Insurance Broking, and in the next 2 minutes, we're going to show you your business through a lens you've never used before.
Running an MSME means you know the pressure of thin margins. Every rupee is working. Every contract is fought for. So when insurance comes up, it feels like another cost you can't justify. That's why approximately 85% of MSMEs in India don't have adequate cover. And on thin margins, it only takes 20%. One monsoon flood or one major buyer defaulting to silence that fear. Look at your balance sheet. You see a financial statement. We see the story of everything you've built and a clear map of where it's exposed. Start with your fixed assets, the plant and machinery you've invested years and crores into. Are they truly protected from fire, burglary, or flooding? A properly structured fire and burglary policy is the shield that keeps the physical heart of your business beating. Now move to your current assets. The raw materials arriving at your gate, covered by marine insurance. The finished stock sitting on your floor, protected by fire insurance. And then there's the most vulnerable asset on your sheet, your receivables. What happens if your biggest buyer goes bankrupt tomorrow? Your working capital cycle snaps. Suppliers go unpaid. Bank EMIs don't wait. This is where trade credit insurance steps in, so that even if they default, your business doesn't. Some of your biggest risks don't appear on any balance sheet. Your people, the ones who keep everything running, deserve the protection of workmen's compensation and group health covers. That new shed you're building? It needs construction all-risk protection from day one. And the personal properties you've pledged to the bank as collateral? They need their own shield too. When you add it all up, you could have crores of rupees sitting completely exposed. The premium to protect all of it? A fraction of 1% of your asset value. The cost of not protecting it. Ask the owner who had to shut down last year because a single fire took out his go-down and he discovered too late that he had the wrong policy. Even those who do insure their business often get a brutal shock when they make a claim. Why? Because of underinsurance. If you insure your machinery for 50% its value to save on premium, the average close means you receive only half your claim, even if the loss is total. Or something as small as the wrong address on the policy, your city office, instead of the factory site, can void a claim entirely. And the mistake that costs the most, ignoring downtime. When a fire or machine breakdown halts production, your EMIs keep running, your staff still needs to be paid, your fixed costs don't pause. Policies like machinery breakdown and loss of profit cover these costs while you get back on your feet. Behind every balance sheet is a story. Early mornings, hard decisions, years of showing up. At Ratnafin Insurance Broking, we read that story carefully. Then, we build a shield around it. Not a standard one off the shelf, but one made for your machines, your people, your risks. And when the worst happens, we don't disappear. We stand with you through every step of the claim. You've built something worth protecting. Let us protect it and help it grow. Ratnafin Insurance Broking, because the right cover isn't just about policies, it's about people who show up when it matters.
We continue with this. Just to share with you, because since it's a exporter and manufacturer summit, so we are going to talk about only 3 products a little bit. We'll just touch upon the products. Like you all know that there is something called ECGC, Export Credit and Guarantee Corporation, which takes care of the pre-shipment as well as the post-shipment credit. So in general insurance, we also have a product called trade credit insurance. So the difference between ECGC and trade credit insurance is ECGC only takes care of the export bills. But where a manufacturer is there who's also dealing with domestic buyers as well as export, he's also exporting. So how he can cover his credit transactions? So for that, trade credit insurance comes into play. It takes care of the domestic outstandings as well as the exports. Or if somebody wants to only cover the domestic, it can also be done under trade credit, which is not there in ECGC. So our people are there. We have a desk here. If you want to know detail about this product, it is very helpful product for exporters, for MSME manufacturers, because this is also going to help you in expansion of your market. Suppose you are a manufacturer based out of say Baroda or Ahmedabad. Now you want to venture out to another market within India or maybe outside India, but you don't have the information of the buyers of your manufacturing line. So this policy can also help you to get an information about the buyers who are operating in that particular market जहाँ पे आप expansion करना चाहते हो. This policy will help you to understand the credibility of the buyers जहाँ पे आप expansion करना चाहते हो. Normally the market operates like sometimes these informations are received through via media or secondary feedback, where you may also get some falsified information. But when this policy is given, when you take this policy, you are under the cover of this policy, you can go to the portal, you can take the help of the portal, and you can see this particular buyer, how he is behaving with other suppliers, what is his credit worthiness and his record, so that you can also include him or her in your buyers list. So credit insurance is very, very important for the MSMEs, and this way the market is now also increasing. The credit insurance, earlier it was not that popular in insurance field because we always talk about the stereotype products like fire, burglary, machinery insurance and all these things. But this credit insurance, which has been introduced by IRDA a few years back, in fact a decade back, now it is getting very good response from the MSMEs particularly. Now we will talk about a little bit about the marine insurance, because exporters and manufacturers, they definitely require a transit insurance or a marine insurance. In insurance parlance, we call it marine insurance, although all kinds of transits are covered, may it be rail, may it be road, may it be ship, air, whatever. So there are different policies to cover the transits. Even one ATM machine which is getting shifted from one place to another can also be covered under a transit insurance. Even your household goods, when you are getting transferred from one place to another place, is also covered under marine insurance. This is just to give you a safeguard against any accident or any untoward event during the transit. The storage also is covered under marine policy. So there are a lot of nitty-gritties. So my teammates are here, there. You can ask them. We can interact with us. So we'll give you a little bit idea about the marine insurance. Now let us go back to one thing that is very important. That is cyber insurance. How many of you have heard about cyber crimes? I think many of us, we have faced it in our lifetime. Cyber crimes. Lot of bank account से पैसा चला जाता है, credit card से पैसा चला जाता है, and all these things we have faced. So there is one policy called cyber insurance, which is very important, which will safeguard you against these events कि आपके बैंक अकाउंट से पैसा चला गया, आपके credit card से कुछ fraud हो गया. I still remember when I was with SBI General Insurance, so there was a branch in Bangalore which used to be a pensioners branch. So pensioners used to come to withdraw their pensions on 2nd and 3rd of every month. And every time there were some complaints कि मेरे account से पैसा चला गया है, something like that, because this cyber fraudsters, they target always senior citizens and mostly they target housewives, because उनको पता है कि ये लोग normally थोड़ा सा ऐसा, मतलब कोई senior citizen घर में बैठे हुए हैं and there is a message popped up in his mobile कि आपका account block हो रहा है, आपका KYC ये हो गया and आपका pension बंद हो रहा है. So they normally get nervous and कुछ आप ये link में click करिए तो आपका account चालू हो जाएगा and all these things, and they get into, they are actually the prey to this cyber frauds. So I just interacted with the branch manager of that branch, and then we had we had done some kind of workshop in cyber insurance for the pensioners who were there, who were coming to withdraw their pensions, and many of them complained about this कि हमें ये fraud का मतलब we are the victim of this fraud. So this is going to cover not only you, your company. You can take a cyber policy to kind of safeguard your organization's cyber fraud. आपका data theft हो सकता है, आपके अकाउंट से, कंपनी के अकाउंट से पैसा जा सकता है ऐसे. So all these things can be covered under cyber insurance. Individuals can also be covered under cyber insurance. So there are two types of insurance, एक cyber group और एक cyber retail. So you can opt for anything, any coverage under this cyber insurance. Even the shoppings, like we do all the shoppings from Flipkart, Myntra, sometimes Snapdeal and all, उसमें भी बहुत सारे frauds report हुए हैं, Amazon. So you can also safeguard this kind of frauds from these frauds through a cyber insurance cover. So just to conclude, insurance, again, I would like to say, as I started, it's a matter of solution, and we look forward to safeguard our this kind of risks which are happening, and anything under the sun can be covered in insurance. May it be life, it is for life insurance, may it be general. And many of us, we hear about something like, Coca-Cola's formula is also insured, some footballer's leg is also insured. So yes, it is a fact. So insurance can be done for anything and everything which has a potential risk. It is not for the benefit, it is to cover the risk. So let us, this is the sapna of this new Vikasit Bharat, that the penetration of insurance should go up. We should be aware about the frauds, we should be aware about what is happening in and around us, and get an adequate cover for ourselves, our organization, our economy. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Do we have any question for him? One or two questions we can take it very quickly. Please go ahead.
You asking that the credit trade insurance is available for the domestic and international both. So is there any limit, or is there any minimum turnover or require, or any relation between buyer and seller?
So basically, there is as such no limit for it. You can insure your credit turnover, open account credit, which you want to insure in domestic as well as in export. So because normally there are some kind of units where आपका कुछ cash में भी business हो रहा है, plus कुछ open account credit में भी हो रहा है. So you can insure the credit turnover under this policy. There is no limit for it. And once you get into this policy, you need to give your aging of buyers, aging of debtors, and the distribution of debtors, so that कितना overdue चल रहा है आज के दिन में और क्या क्या है. So there's some agency in India, they do a buyer's pre-check without informing them, and so they have the data, and then they will give you that, sir, ये buyer पे आप इतना पैसा लगा सकते हो, इतना credit लगा सकते हो उसमें. So they will give you correct advice, and they will insure up to 90% of the invoice value.
Thank you, Sheila Diti ji. Now I would like to invite Nitin Shukla ji, Deputy General Manager, SIDBI, Ahmedabad, and he is going to talk on the SIDBI's role in the strengthening MSME financing. Please give a big round of applause to him. Welcome, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My senior colleagues from the banking industry, GM from Bank of India, my colleagues from SBI, the representatives of the organizers, SME Chambers of India, GIDC, and SME Manufacturing Association. A very good morning. I am representing SIDBI, and it's heartening to see that so many products, so many offerings are aimed towards MSMEs, and there's a lot of focus over the years on MSMEs. So as you all are aware, SIDBI is an institution which was primarily formed for taking care of MSMEs only. So the institution which has been coined primarily to take care of MSMEs plays a key role not only in providing its promotion, but for its financing as well as for its development. Before I move further, just a brief about SIDBI. So, as I just mentioned that SIDBI, it was found by way of a special act of Parliament, SIDBI Act in 1990, for the promotion, financing and development of India. So, we are, through our officers, not only focusing on providing finance, but on many other non-financial avenues through which we can help MSMEs. this is a snapshot at large, although the activities of SIDBI go much beyond what is there. But then this is a snapshot through which I would like to give you a brief on what SIDBI actually is undertaking. So when I talk about institutional finance, SIDBI is mandated by Government of India to not only reach the MSMEs directly, but indirectly. So when I say institutional finance, SIDBI provides finance to the intermediaries of the banking industry, primarily the banks, NBFCs, MFIs, and various other entities who are microfinance institutions who are engaged in reaching to the last mile beneficiary, that is our micro and nano entrepreneurs. So through our institutional finance, we provide financial as well as various capacity building initiatives aimed at strengthening the ecosystem, which is helping the MSMEs. Direct finance, if you see the balance sheet of SIDBI, it has always been a minuscule part, but of late there's a lot of focus on direct finance, and that you'll see in the subsequent slides, which I'm going to discuss with you. So SIDBI not only provides indirect finance through banks and NBFCs, but also provides finance directly to the MSMEs at large through our branch network, which is spread across India. And our aim through direct finance is not to compete, but to complement with new kind of offerings, new products, by understanding the needs of MSMEs, and then we provide those products to the industry for scaling of those products. Cluster development is another initiative which is being pursued very thoroughly now, because through cluster development we are aiming to reach to each and every cluster of India, and for that matter we are expanding our branch network also. At a time when we had around 60 to 70 branches across India, but our dedicated and focused approach on the clusters has enabled us to open around 170 branches as of now, and we'll be crossing around 200 branches in the next 1 year. Besides this, various other initiatives, various other our subsidiaries and associates, when we discuss about credit guarantee, CGTMSE is one entity which is managed by SIDBI along with Government of India. When we talk about associates, we have a lot of subsidiaries which are, providing different kind of services to the industry. And likewise, when we talk about venture funds, so we have got a dedicated arm of SIDBI Venture Capital Fund. Along with that, we are also managing the funds of Government of India, the 10,000 crore fund, which you all might be aware, through which we are trying to reach our budding entrepreneurs who want to set up their own enterprise. So this is, in a nutshell, the initiatives, the key activities which we are performing. Now I'll move on. I think everybody will be knowing about this key initiative. But why I am throwing this in front of you is to make you aware of the journey of MSME from 250 crores to 500 crores. It has not been an easy journey. The revision in MSME classification is driven by a lot of hard work by the banks, by the entire industry, and which is aptly supported by SIDBI, because we have got a major role of policy advocacy with the government authorities. And we ensure that when we say that we understand MSMEs, we ensure that we have got to enlarge the arena, we have got to enlarge the overall scope where MSMEs can be reached. So this is a very big step, because earlier the definition for turnover for MSMEs was around 250 CR, which has now been again changed to 500 CR, thereby a large set of audience is open for the entire financial ecosystem to serve. This is a snapshot. This is a snapshot of the, very few products, although we have got a plethora of products for MSMEs, but these are some products which are a general need of all the MSMEs. So machinery finance, project finance, when you say greenfield, greenfield is one area where SIDBI has its expertise, because generally the private banks, the public sector banks, they are found a little averse of funding greenfield projects. But over a period of time, SIDBI has created its own niche, and we try to give comfort to the entrepreneur, to the promoter to an extent maximum possible. Along with that, working capital, which has never been in focus as far as SIDBI is concerned, primarily because we don't have the status of a commercial bank, and we don't have our own current account, and we use the platform of other banks to offer these products. But of late, on account of digitization, you would have seen that we all prefer that we get sanctions upfront. You will be getting messages from so many lenders कि आपका personal loan 10 lakh रुपए का sanction हो गया है, and you are getting in principle approvals. So the ultimate thought is, why can't we have a product for MSMEs also like that, wherein there's a time that they also get offers upfront over phone. I mean, you get an offer from any of the machinery supplier that you take the equipment from us and you'll be getting at this rate and with these offers. So keeping that in mind, I mean, we have tried to make life simple for the MSMEs by devising digitized products, and by doing that, an idea came to us, why can't we offer a similar offering in working capital finance also. So working capital finance is one area wherein still traditional practices are being followed. So we have tried to offer some products in that area, which we'll be discussing right now, so that the life of the entrepreneur becomes simple and it becomes all the more digital and easy to operate. And another area is the green finance. If you say green finance, nowadays lot many agencies are focusing on green financing. You might have heard about a lot of emphasis on ESG. So I think this is an area where we all are focusing, and SIDBI has got a dedicated vertical aim towards providing energy efficient projects and financing machineries. If I talk about the beneficiaries, maybe data may be a little old, but then as I told, our focus is not to supplement but to complement. So we have been able to serve around 40,000 crore, 16,000 direct customers through our branch network, which has provided around 36,000 CR of portfolio. And as I was just discussing, so we have reached a stage of around 170 offices. Our aim is to be there in each and every cluster across India, because that is a mandate which has been provided by Department of Financial Services, and we are aiming towards that. And we will be crossing 200 branch network in the coming 6 months. As I was just discussing, so the focus of late has been on digitization. How can we digitize the MSME credit? That has always been in focus. So we have already devised a platform wherein any MSME, you can log into that platform and provide the basic data, and the system is entirely digitized, wherein the SIDBI, you have to tell them a project, that for this project I need the finance. But for loans under privileged customer scheme, it cannot be, it has to be, or it can be non-project specific also. You can utilize the money for your business needs, be it for working capital or for your machinery funding. And for the 3 categories, people who are with us for 2 years, 3 years, and 5 years, having the satisfactory credit record, so they can avail term loan finances up to 3 crores at a rate which is 25 bips lower than the normal rate of interest for as far as their rating is concerned. So I mean, these are some of the offerings which we are trying to bring in for the MSMEs. Along with that, as I told you, these are quite limited. We have got a lot of many products, but then the emphasis and the objective of SIDBI is to take feedback from the entire ecosystem and devise new and new products for MSMEs. So not only that, we are also focusing on providing equity to the MSME segment, and venture debt is one segment which we are already providing, and we are trying to introduce it at large for MSMEs. So very shortly, from the equity side also, we'll be offering a venture debt kind of a product to you, which can be utilized. So I think this is all from my side for today. I think all of you have got an insight on certain products which we are aiming for the development of MSMEs. We have got a presence of around 15 offices right now in Gujarat and around 170 offices across India. So I would request that for any of your financial as also non-financial needs, you can always reach out to us and give us your suggestions. We are quite open to it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Anybody has a quick question? Please.
So your presentation was all about MSME. In all the slides that I saw, the requirement was minimum of 3 years of business experience. For a person like me, I am trying to set up a new MSME with an investment of 5 to 8 crores. But I am into a new venture. I have past experience of business, but not of the same business that I am trying to do right now. So is there any scheme?
Yeah, I think
Because we have more than 760 or 780 civil score, more than that.
no, I mean, a very pertinent question. I think I have been emphasizing also during my presentation. You would have seen a scheme called direct credit scheme. So when we talk about direct credit scheme, this is in fact majorly all the schemes except some digital schemes which have been recently introduced, wherein we need to have some kind of digital footprints of the promoter. All other schemes are open and they offer greenfield finance. So for when I say Sthapan project, if you've got an experience in the related line of business in which you are going to set up a greenfield unit, you can even avail the benefits of Sthapan also.
In Sthapan slide also, sorry.
Yeah.
In Sthapan slide also, I saw 3 years experiences.
Yeah, so that's what I am telling you. We have got a scheme for greenfield as also for brownfield under Sthapan. So there's a version, there's a scheme of Arise and there's a scheme of Sthapan. So greenfield projects, I mean, SIDBI is an entity where you can always rely upon greenfield financing. We have got a specialization and you can come up with your project. Greenfield financing is provided on the terms and rates which I don't think you will be able to find in the entire industry.
Anybody has a question? So thanks, Prince. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your insights on the SIDBI schemes. Basically, from the banking perspective, you will see there are the different schemes SIDBI has introduced, and mainly you can say minimal collateral, we are offering, rather than the other banks. So give a big round of applause to sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ankit Machar, National Head Startup Vadodara Foundation, and he is going to talk on the manufacturers complete export accelerator SMB readiness for the growth. So over to you, sir. He has some fabulous tie-up with the central government, if I'm not wrong, and they are here to help the manufacturers and exporters. So over to you and for your presentation. Thank you, sir.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I think about to get good afternoon. You saw 3 good, prestigious organizations talking about all the credit, finance, capital, credit available for the growth of SMEs. I am representing an organization called Vadodara Foundation, where we work from a very structured support to help SMEs grow. So a 25 crore manufacturing SME based out of Vatwa, Naroda, how can we make them 100 crore over the next 3 to 5 years? A 80 crore machine manufacturing SME owner from Rajkot, how do we help them become a 250 crore company over the next 3 years? So that is what the program that we are talking about, and I want to take next 15 minutes your attention to kind of understand whether this is something that you're looking for. If I can quickly understand the audience also here, how many of you are here SME founders, SME owners, running your own small, medium business, enterprise? Awesome. How many of you want to grow and become a 100 crore, 200 crore, 500 crore company? I'm assuming everyone here, right? Because you're sitting here, itself shows that you're looking for business opportunities that can help you grow. So here is something that I want to kind of talk about. But before I go into detail about each of this, I want to build a quick context about where we are as India, how each of you, along with us and these organizations, can play a very critical role of solving a major problem that is underlying all of us. And it is going to impact if we don't work on solving that problem. So I'll talk about that problem, and then we'll come to what is the program, how can you all become part of it. My name is Ankit Machar. I am National Head for Startups and also lead the Gujarat State for SME program at Vadwani Foundation, where we work with large number of entrepreneurs across India to help them grow. And I'll talk about what the foundation is. I was just looking at one of the magazine that is there in the kit, and it says there are around 60 million plus MSMEs registered in India, which is around 6 crore. And the figures, while there is no concrete data, less than 3%, 20 lakhs or less, SMEs only get structured support. There is a huge gap in terms of a structured support provided to SME founders that are looking for growth. Another statistic is all of us, India of course, is trying to become from a 4 trillion to become a $10 trillion economy eventually over the next 50 years, 75 years, surpassing. So we have already surpassed Japan, but now we are looking to surpass Germany over the next couple of years, and eventually maybe China and United States. But the contrasting figure, and the growth rate is amazing for India. It's 6%, 10%, 8%, whatever. But if you look at per capita income in Indian, per India is very minuscule compared to what we have for Germany if you have to surpass Germany over the next couple of years. So that's another problem that we have to very, very crucially look at in terms of how do we help increase this per capita income of the citizens. And that is where SMEs play a very important role, because 90% of the economy is run by all of the SME owners across India. And the another problem that we're looking at is there are 145 million new jobs that would be required every year as we approach 2030. And of which, if you will see, there will be 60 million entering into the workforce every year, and of which a lot of farmers who are not in the MSME sector will move to the MSME sector, and then there will move into workforce, and then there will be new entrants like women. Of course, we're talking about women, but we're seeing very less participation. But as we move towards a progressive country, more and more women will enter the workforce. So we're looking at a very dire situation over the next 5 years if we don't solve this problem of unemployment or the new workforce coming into or the new entrance into the workforce. And we will see situations that has happened in Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and other geographies where due to unemployment there has a lot of stir. This can happen near to us as well in the near future. And that is the problem that we are trying to kind of solve at a large portion. And the export, because we are in the export conference today, the export is from India to the world that we're doing currently stands at around this. But over the next couple of years, by 2030, we are looking at 2 trillion of exports. So there's a massive opportunities, and especially for Gujarat, which contributes 25%, but can contribute more towards this entire 2 trillion export target that we are looking at by 2030. And this is where the entire, what I was talking about, 63 million MSMEs in India, only less than 3% chatting it on for your day-to-day queries and everything. And then on the same platform, you can see the program Accelerate, and then if you're interested, you can apply there as well. Of course, once you apply, there is a screening process, there's a selection process. We kind of get on a call, understand in detail, and align whether your growth idea and the resources that we have can work together. We don't want to kind of waste your time as well as our time, effort, money in kind of not being able to help you. So it's an alignment plus understanding your growth plan and does it meet our mandate. So we do that. Once you're kind of selected, onboarded, then the execution plan starts. We assign a venture partner who we have hired on our payroll. So these are external consultants who have experience working with SMEs across India for 25, 30 years. So we have kind of onboarded all of these consultants on our payroll, and then they are assigned to you based on what is your growth idea, what is your sector, where are you in terms of industry and everything. And then they kind of do a detailed diagnostic. So the first level of health diagnostic happens. And then they define the next 90 days execution plan. And we are very execution driven. Your KPIs of those 90 days becomes our KPIs, key performance indicators. If you are not able to deliver, we will come every month, check, monitor. And if there is any gap, and if we can help, we will. Otherwise, we'll kind of say, you're not progressing because XY reason, we may not be able to kind of further support you. While we are not charging anything, but we are very, very critical in terms of selecting the right entrepreneur who is ready for execution from day one and not thinking, okay, I want to do export, but not here, maybe 6 months down the line or maybe 1 year down the line. So very execution focused. We get you executed and then start working on it and then kind of create a plan for the next 6 months to monitor and start picking signals whether you have started execution on the same. And then once you start doing that first sprint, then we help you with the second sprint and third sprint and fourth sprint till you kind of reach the final goal that we've identified during the diagnostic. So that's the overall program. As I said, while the first 90 days to 6 months is something that foundation fund. This is basically we take up the cost of the consultant and the experts that we will bring it to you. The subsequent growth plans or the sprints or anything that you need, you have to fund it on your own. We will not be coming into picture. So while I wouldn't say it is completely free, it is a co-funded program where we fund the first 90 days to 6 months of your cycle, and then the remaining is something that you have to take care as in your growth cycle, and any which ways you will do as part of your growth strategy. We work on these 4-5 pillars. As I said, working with so many SMEs in the last 5 years, we've identified expansion or the GTM, go-to market, either domestic or export, is one of the critical areas. So that's one of the area that we work on. Second is operations, critical operations, where are the gaps, what are the bottleneck, communication, standard operating procedures, etc., then we kind of work on that. If you are creating a new product, maybe we'll not be able to help you right now because if the product is not ready and if you're doing product market fit, then maybe this is not the right time. Once you do your product market fit, you've established the value chain and all of that, and you're ready to grow and scale. That is where we come into picture. So we are very, in short, we are very, while we want to support large number of MSMEs across, we want to pick and choose the one that are very ready for execution at least this year so that we can quickly help scale. This is on the export side, very execution driven export sprints that we do. Every month we start with 20 SMEs that are in a portfolio they go through a 90 days execution cycle where this is not general gyan, no general training or a workshop. Very focused, week on week, one-on-one with the expert and the SME founder and his or her leadership team as well. So most of the time yesterday I was talking to one of the companies and he said, I've spent 25 lakhs doing all the large training programs that you can name of. I don't want to kind of bring those names here, but all of them were like training and then nothing happened. What we are here saying is our expert sits with you. Of course, you as a founder will go through the entire process, but you can bring along your next level team, which will be actually executing it on the ground in those conversations. And that is very important so that they also get trained. You don't have to do any additional training programs for them and kind of they get while you're working on the execution side. Right, so if you think your business is ready to scale, if you think this is something which is interesting and you want to kind of think, you can look at our vadwaniliftoff.ai platform, or I'll share a scan QR code here. You can kind of scan this, fill in your expression of interest, and then we will reach out, we'll have conversation, understand what is your growth plan, can we help? And if yes, then we collaborate and help you scale. So that's it from my side, and I'm looking forward to interacting with all of you as you grow in your journey in the business. We have been very active in Gujarat over the last few years. I am based out of Ahmedabad for sure, and there is a team that is here. I have Dhara here and Ankit here, who's been stationed in Ahmedabad. We're looking at entire Gujarat as an ecosystem. We have a lot of local resources and experts that we have identified, as well as a lot of national experts that we have kind of onboarded, and they're helping entrepreneurs scale. We have also started getting peer-to-peer connects. So a Rajkot-based manufacturing unit wants to set up something in Coimbatore. We have a team there. We have entrepreneurs there, and get you conversations started. Of course, it is up to you to how do you get it. So of course, apart from the structured strategy and the diagnosis that we're doing, there's also a lot of peer-to-peer direct connects that you can leverage as part of the program. That's it from my side. Thank you so much. And if there are any questions, happy to take. Otherwise, we can take it over the networking.
Do we have any quick question?
Yes.
Thank you for this. I am actually short of 1.5 crores to the revenue that you need. But like you mentioned, I've also done programs where they teach about, they teach about how if you want to raise money, then how should you make your presentation, and what should be your plan to the venture capitalists and stuff. But now, because I'm short of this much revenue, I can't participate in the program.
So Accelerate is a very assisted deep support program that we offer with, of course, we have brackets in terms of stages. The platform is open for everyone. Okay. You can always reach out to the experts. So there are 500 plus experts on the platform that are available. A lot of them are pro bono, but there are also service providers as well. Well curated, you can reach out to them. And apart from that also, we can understand if your growth plan over the next 3 years is giving an incremental of 5 crore or more, then we can discuss and see how can we help.
But so far, the programs that I've seen, this seems the most promising. So I'm hoping I'll benefit from it.
Sure. Thank you.
First of all, it was a wonderful presentation. So we could come to know that what are the scopes which are available.
Right.
One thing I wanted to take your opinion into, since I am a chartered accountant, we are already working for some of the firms into Australia and UK. So looking forward to accelerate such kind of, non-traditional business. So how your organization can help us into this?
So you're talking about your own chartered accountancy firm?
It is about outsourcing bookkeeping and all.
Right. So we work with a lot of, so while we are reaching out to SMEs directly, we also work with a lot of organizations, all of this, as well as high intent firms like yours, legal attorneys, loan providers, and all of that to surface high intent SMEs. So you can help us surface SMEs, you get join into the ecosystem two ways. You can kind of bring in the SMEs that you're working to in the program. This is a value add to your advisory that you're already giving to them, because we are not charging anything to the partners as well. Second, our SMEs, for example, a lot of these people may not know about you. Through the platform, through the ecosystem that we have, they get to know about you, and then you can get connected to them as well.
Wonderful. So such kind of courses are online or offline?
This happens both of, this is an hybrid program. A lot of our consulting advisory that we do through our external consultant is all online, but we do a lot of on-ground workshops as well and events as well.
Looking forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Ankit ji. Thank you very much. Please be on stage. I request Mr. Purai ji to give a flower of bouquet to him. Thank you, sir. Now we have a next speaker, Mr. Deepak Chandel. He is from the State Bank of India. But this is a month end. Year end. He has to move to the head office. So we have a small AV from the State Bank of India.
In the Union Budget 2024-25, the government has taken a significant step towards strengthening the vision of Viksit Bharat, promoting Make in India and accelerating the growth and expansion of MSMEs.
Credit guarantee scheme will be introduced. A separately constituted self-financing guarantee fund will provide to each applicant guarantee cover up to 100 crore rupees.
MSMEs are the backbone of India's economy. However, the challenge of collateral security has remained a major hurdle for many MSMEs, preventing them from accessing essential financial support. Now, under the Mutual Credit Guarantee Scheme, MSMEs operating in the manufacturing sector can avail loans up to 100 crore rupees without collateral, ensuring faster, safer and more reliable financial support. This scheme offers government-backed guarantees of up to 60% to lenders, boosting financial institutions' confidence and enabling more MSMEs to secure credit. The scheme is beneficial for MSMEs investing in machinery, helping them scale production and adopt advanced technologies with ease. The loan process will now be more transparent and faster, ensuring that MSMEs receive financial support without unnecessary delays. With government-backed guarantees, loan risks will be reduced, encouraging financial institutions to extend more credit to MSMEs. Mutual Credit Guarantee Scheme, a new flight for MSMEs, a strong step towards India's progress.
Friends, if you want to know more about the scheme, SBI's entire team is here. You can get in touch with them. Now, moving ahead, I would like to invite Mr. Abhishek Malviya. He is AGM, National Credit Guarantee Trustee Company Limited. And he is going to talk on the collateral-free finance facilities up to 100 crore for industrial growth and technology upgradation, as well as credit guarantee scheme for exporters and startups.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and Namaste, Ahmedabad. I am representing NCGTC, National Credit Guarantee Trust Company. NCGTC is fully owned company of DFS, Department of Financial Service, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. NCGTC is managing more than 17 schemes of various Ministry of Government of India, like Stand Up India, Startup India, Mutual Credit Guarantee of MSME, and so others. And first of all, NCGTC is not a lender. We are providing guarantee to MLI. MLI is given loan under the scheme. We are providing guarantee of that loan. Credit guarantee scheme for exporter mutual credit guarantee for MSME, startup, credit guarantee scheme for exporter. It is ongoing scheme and it is valid up to 31st March 2026. Scheme cover under 100% guarantee of AID value, amount in default. The government is given corpus 20,000 crore for this scheme. Eligible the customer, direct exporter or indirect exporter. Direct exporter for MSME greater than equal to 5% of turnover they are doing for US and 20% for non-MSME. And indirect 30% of total turnovers they are doing through the exporter of direct. Scheme is eligible for only for standard accounts. Actually, these all schemes are available in our website, but it is running scheme, credit guarantee scheme for exporter and startup and mutual credit guarantee for MSME. That's why we are explaining the little quantum of support. 20% of existing export limits, whatever the customer is enjoying in MLI. Both non-fund based, fund based. Maximum 50 crore borrower will eligible for, if support borrower is having multiple banking, then his maximum is 50 crores. The ROI, whatever existing ROI is running, below 1%. Tenure 4 year, 1 year moratorium. There is no guarantee fee, no processing fees, nothing additional collateral, personal guarantee is not required. Scheme is valid up to 31st March 2026. The second, mutual credit guarantee scheme for MSME, MCGC, MSME. Under the scheme, collateral-free loan up to 100 crore to eligible MSME. The MSME mutual credit guarantee scheme for MSME, previously it is only for manufacturer borrower. Now last month the government of India is added service sector also. Maximum loan amount cover under the scheme is 100 crore. Guarantee cover 60% of AID, amount in default. ROI as per the lender policy. And previously exporter is also not eligible. Now 1st of Feb 2026 the exporter is also allowed in under the scheme in startup. The loan amount cover under 20 crore, whatever eligible DPIIT recognized by the startup. Eligible borrower startup as recognized by DPIIT. First 10 crores, 85% of amount cover from the amount in default, and next 10 crores, that is 75% cover of amount in default. DPIIT recognized 27 sector, that's champion sector, their guarantee fee is 1%, non-champion sector 2%, and other northeast and hill state and women entrepreneur for 1.5%.
Anybody has a question to sir? Yeah, go ahead.
Hello sir, very good morning. My name is Aditi Chatterjee and I came from Karnavati University to do my research actually. I am doing my data collection. So basically sir, I have written a research paper on the topic of financial inclusions along with the robotics entrepreneurs. So while doing the data collection, I understood that most of the people were telling that process was very ambiguous. It was not clear in front of them. And paperwork was very high whenever you are applying for any scheme or something, you have to go for a lot of paperwork. After doing that also, in middle process, you are getting rejection. So what are the things that is like for credit guarantee schemes ke liye, which are not applicable? And another thing I would like to know that is for startups that you have just mentioned. What are the benefits women entrepreneurs are getting for that same?
Okay, thank you, Aditi. First, NCGT is not a lender. Okay, whatever bank is assessment of the account, they are whatever the assessment, according to they have given loan. After the loan, we are providing guarantee of that loan. Means we are giving guarantee of all the scheme, whatever scheme is running, they are providing loan, उसके अगेंस्ट में गारंटी हम लोग प्रोवाइड करते हैं. तो असेसमेंट पार्ट इज अ बैंकर पार्ट. ओके, अब वो हाउ मेनी टाइम्स और उनका पेपर वर्क, क्योंकि असेसमेंट इज बैंकर्स. There are 3 schemes: startup and stand up India. If women entrepreneur part is more than 50%, then they are eligible for stand up India.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Neeraj. Does the NCGTC provide security for private banks also, or only PSU banks?
All MLI.
All exporters, all MLIs. Thank you.
नमस्ते. काफ़ी साल पहले मैंने ये समिट अटेंड किया था. वहाँ पर ये स्कीम के विषय में मुझे जानकारी दी थी. हमारे जो प्रेसिडेंट है उनके मुंह से ही सुना था. फिर हमने प्रयास किया, तो हम काफ़ी साल से ये एंजॉय कर रहे हैं HDFC बैंक के साथ. प्रोसीजर मतलब शुरुआत में मुझे टफ लगा कि एक बैंक से ने मतलब हाथ नहीं पकड़ा तो दूसरी बैंक, तीसरी बैंक, ऐसे करके हम अभी काफ़ी साल से ये इस स्कीम का बेनिफिट ले रहे हैं. जो बहन ने भी बताया ना कि प्रोसेस टफ है, वो शुरुआत में थोड़ा लगता है, लेकिन एक बार रेगुलराइज हो जाता है तो फिर ठीक रहता है.
Nowadays it is online.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your experience. So, thank you, Malia sir. Thank you very much. I would like to request you please be on the stage. I'll request Puroj ji, please offer him a flower of bouquet. Now, friends, I would like to invite Mr. Rahul Singh. He just joined DGFT, Director General of Foreign Trade, Ahmedabad, and he is going to talk on the leveraging export promotion mission to Government of India and free trade agreements to boost the SME exports. Over to you, sir. जोरदार तालियों के साथ में सर का स्वागत कीजिए. करंट इशू जो अभी चल रहा है और करंट जो फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट्स हमने किए हुए हैं अदर कंट्रीज के साथ में, उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा जो लाइट है वो सर डालेंगे. ओवर टू यू सर.
Good afternoon. First of all, let me thank SME Chamber of Commerce and other sponsors for inviting me for this. I am Rahul Singh. I'm joined DGFT here. I just want to understand how many of you are actually exporting right now? Okay. A large number of you are actually exporting. Let me tell you something about the organization I represent. I represent an organization called Directorate General of Foreign Trade. We are the first interaction of any exporters with the government side. We make the foreign trade policy. We do legacy import and export licenses also. There are some products which still require licensing, though the number is less than 1%. But there are some products which still require export and import licensing. We do that also. We are also doing a great bit of work in export promotion and facilitating exporters to access the world market. The mandate of this department is to be a facilitator to exporter, and because of the work that we do have some regulatory powers also, but the focus majorly is on export promotion. This is the export profile. This is last financial year. The data for this financial year up to Feb is also out. In this financial year till Feb, India has achieved a merchandise export of around $403 billion, which is around 6% more than the last financial year for the same period. But in last financial year, we did $437 billion of export. The major exports that we did were in engineering, petroleum, electronic goods. We are a big exporter of drug and pharma, gems and jewelry, chemicals. And in that $437 billion, $116 billion were exported out of Gujarat. Gujarat is the #1 state for exports. It accounts for around 26% of India's total exports just from Gujarat. The major share of Gujarat exports are pharmaceutical. The state is big in engineering, organic and inorganic chemicals, gems and jewelry, drug, cotton yarn, etc. Just to give a snapshot of how we have performed in the last 5 years, we have been consistently, for the last 5 years, Gujarat has been the #1 exporting state in India, and its share has hovered around 1/3. We generally, it is exporting 1/3 of what India is exporting. The direction of exports from Gujarat has been majorly to US. Large part goes to EU, UAE, Singapore, Australia. And Gujarat is very well poised to benefit from the recent free trade agreements that we have signed. Engineering goods now will get once it is ratified by the US Parliament, the India-UK FTA. All engineering goods will get zero duty access to the UK market, which is big. Similarly, other major development that the recent FTAs that we have done with UK, EU, we did one with Australia a year back, UAE a few years back. So all these FTAs will immensely benefit MSMEs in exploring international market. DGFT supports exporters in various ways. One is that we make foreign trade policy. There are some benefits which are given to exporters in the foreign trade policy. But this export promotion mission is recently launched. It is now the flagship initiative of Government of India to promote exports, especially from MSME and first-time exporters. The mission supports trade finance. You will see it has 10 major subcomponents. It supports trade finance, export compliance, logistic, warehousing. And the financial budget for this over the next 5 years is around 25,000 crores. That's the financial outlay for export promotion mission. The government has set a very steep target to achieve $2 trillion of exports by 2030 in next 5 years, in which $1 trillion will be merchandise, and we want $1 trillion of service exports. To support that vision, this export promotion mission has been launched by Government of India. The main focus is to expand market access and to enable MSME have trade intelligence so that they can decide when to export, where to export. There are two sub-schemes under the export promotion mission, Niryat Disha and Niryat Protsahan. Niryat Protsahan is the financial enablers for accessing market for exports, and Niryat Disha is the non-financial and market access enablers that we have. In the Niryat Protsahan, there is support for alternate trade investments. The intervention promotes export factoring at an affordable and accessible trade as an trade finance instrument for MSME. There is credit assistance for e-commerce exporters. The details of the scheme is written there only. It provides 90% guarantee coverage capped at 50 lakh per IC. There is support of emerging export opportunities. There is interest subvention for export credit. It has been already launched. And there is collateral-free export credit support under this Niryat Protsahan initiative. In the Niryat Disha, we also have 5 subcomponents. One is called TRACE, Trade Regulation, Accreditation and Compliance Enablement. Under this component, if you require to have some accreditation for export purpose, so your cost of that accreditation, getting accreditation will be reimbursed by the government. There is another subcomponent called LIFT, Logistic Intervention for Freight and Transport. Basically, it mitigates geographical disadvantage and inland connectivity gaps faced by exporters by providing support to reduce transportation and logistic cost. We have notified districts, we have notified products. If your factory falls in that district, you are exporting that product, your inland transport costs will be reimbursed up to a certain extent. We have another component called Insight, in which there will be, it will help exporters develop institutional supports, the research that is done by, say, SME Chamber of Commerce for supporting some sector. The cost of that research will be reimbursed by the Government of India. So industry body can take help, they can do sector specific research, they can pass on that research to their members, and the cost will be up to a level will be reimbursed by Government of India. Then there is a component of overseas warehousing, in which if you have an overseas warehouse, you are an e-commerce exporter, you want to have an overseas warehouse in, say, your export market in US, so that you can supply in a short lead time there. So the cost of having that warehouse in USA will be reimbursed up to a certain extent. That's the it's basically for e-commerce export, because the lead time in e-commerce export is very less. Once you get the order, you have to deliver in 2 days, 3 days. So most of e-commerce players, they rely on having their own warehouse in their major export market from where they can do fulfillments. And there is market access support. This is majorly for export promotion bodies, for Chamber of Commerce. They can take their delegation to different buyers-sellers meet. A part of their cost will be reimbursed by Government of India. Exporters, MSME, the flight tickets of their participants will be reimbursed. Some stall costs will be reimbursed by Government of India. So these are the 10 subcomponents of export promotion mission, which Government of India has recently notified. Our Honorable Commerce and Industry Minister have inaugurated this. All these components are delivered to you on an online platform. We have a website called trade.gov.in. I'll encourage all of you to have a look at that website. All these benefits will be delivered to you via that online platform. One more initiative, one more act of Government of India, which we do for promoting export, is that we have started negotiating free trade agreements with our major export markets. We want your product to reach there without any duty incidents. So we have recently, you must have read in newspapers that we have gone about doing free trade agreements with many major economies. India-UK FTA was negotiated a year back. It has been negotiated. We are just waiting for ratification from the UK Parliament. It can be notified any day soon. It is expected that it will be notified in next 15 days. Once this is notified, all products, all 99.7% of India's export to UK will then get zero duty. So basically your products will go to UK market without any duty. You will have some duty advantage vis-a-vis your competitors in the UK market. One of the components of this is that India will get zero duty access on the day one, the day it is notified. In the next 15-20 days, it is expected. So Indian goods will get zero duty access on the day one. There is from UK goods, 90% of them will also get zero duty access from day one. But some part of UK goods for which we have some PLI schemes, the duty benefit for UK goods have been deferred over 5 and 10 years till our industry matures. So that has been taken care of in this market. This because UK is a big importer of textiles, gems and jewelry, leather, chemicals. It's a big importer of pharma also from the world. So sectors which are dominant in Gujarat will get a huge market in UK. And so we also did an FTA with Oman recently. We have negotiated zero duty access to around 98% of India's tariff lines. The major beneficiaries will be textile, gems and jewelry, engineering, etc. This has been called mother of all deals in the EU FTA that we have negotiated. EU combined is a very big market for Indian exporters. We have got preferential access to US market for around 97% of our tariff lines. India is also offering 92% of its tariff. The FTA eliminates tariff on very key sectors in which India has a strong potential, like textile, leather, footwear, gems and jewelry, and marine products. Gujarat marine export is also huge from Gujarat. A lot of it goes to EU. Right now, it has some tariff. When this is notified, the EU tariff will become zero. It also helps setting up of Ayush wellness centers in EU. Some benefits on SPS and TBT that you face in accessing those markets have also been rationalized in this FTA. These are some of the sectors which will benefit from India-EU FTA. For engineering goods, in which Gujarat is a leader in engineering exports, the tariff will come down from around 22% to 0%. EU has an import market of around $2 trillion, so it's a very big market. We are a small player in that huge market. With this zero duty access, our exports to these markets will increase. Similarly, textile also will have zero duty access. Our competitors were getting zero duty access because of their LDC status, but now India will also get zero duty access to these markets. This will help you compete with our competitors, say in Bangladesh and Southeast Asia. This has already been told. Marine sector will also have huge benefit of India-EU FTA. You must have read about India-US trade agreement, which has been negotiated between. The aim is to have zero duty access to our key goods to the US market. US has applied 18% reciprocal tariff, which is also still under negotiations now with the recent changes that has happened. US is the biggest market of India's pharma. Any deal that we do with US will immensely help, because US is our biggest consumer of India's export. So any change in barrier with the US will help India's export. That's all on the tariff side. I would thank MSME Chamber again for inviting me. If you have any questions, I'll be open to it.
सर गुड आफ्टरनून. ये जो FTAs बने हैं लाइक इंडिया UK और इंडिया USA, उसका पूरा डिटेल डिस्क्रिप्शन के लिए कोई पोर्टल है क्या? बिकॉज इफ वी रीड दैट पॉलिसी इट डज नॉट स्पेसिफाई ईच आइटम.
You just have to Google the FTA that you want to read and add commerce and do a Google search. They will direct you to a page on the Ministry of Commerce website. FTA has a lot of chapters. The main chapter is the tariff chapter that we negotiate. The tariff schedule is there. You can in one of the chapters will be tariff schedule that you can see in which all the HS code and the tariff schedule for that HS code is notified. Then there is something called rules of origin chapter. If you have to follow those rules of origin to get the zero duty access. Yes. No. What we have negotiated with EU applies to all members of EU. So it is except UK. In UK, we have a separate agreement with UK. For EU, we have the same agreement applies to all members of EU. That is why this was one of the toughest job that the Ministry of Commerce did, because it was difficult to have negotiations with so many countries. Thank you.
Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm just wondering what is the status of Canada-India Free Trade Agreement, because it's been many years, is still waiting. If you can please give some information about it, please.
Canada, India, we started negotiating it long back, but due to some recent developments on the Canada side, it was kept under abeyance for the time being. No further, but now with the change in government, I'm hopeful that that will progress further. Our minister has given a statement also on this, that it will start. We'll have some negotiations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the detailed presentation on the FTAs. Please be on the dais. I request Simran to facilitate him by presenting a bouquet. Now, friends, I will call upon Dr. Mangala Chauhan, CEO and founder Midas Consultancy and Vice President Vadodara Management Association. She is going to talk on empowering women entrepreneur in manufacturing to unlock global export potential. Over to you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, all of you sitting here since long, and it's a good learning session. At second last come as a speaker, there is positive and negative side too. Negative side that all the points almost covered by the speakers, and the positive side is that I learned a lot from these speakers. So first of all, let me introduce myself a little bit more. I am also the chairperson of Export and Import Association in Vadodara. That is a 32-year-old association of exporters and importers. And representing the women wing, I am just thankful to Miss Aditi somewhere who asked a question about the women thing. Before this event, when I asked Mr. Mahesh ji over a telephonic conversation that, sir, can I say something about women manufacturer or women entrepreneur? He said, madam, pata nahi kitna footfall hoga, women aayenge ya nahi aayenge, but I'm happy to see those faces of women. A big round of applause for those. And apart from this, why this is so relevant here to conduct a summit in Ahmedabad? Why? On exporter and manufacturer. Because as you all know, that before May 2025, there are 1600 kilometers of coastline. That means more export going to be happen, but now it is 2,300. It increases. So if Gujarat is not the number one in export, who is the other state should be? And we just not be happy to know the figure, because majority of it goes due to Jamnagar refineries. So here, I'm thankful to SME Chamber of Commerce who going to organize such a relevant event here, summit. I'm thankful to Mr. Mahesh Salunkhe, Mr. Chandrakant ji, just not be present here, Dr. Mukund Purohit, Director of SME, to organize such a good event. So what I should tell you about empowering entrepreneurs in manufacturing? Empowering word, both high-fi, but what does it really means? What does it shows? How a manufacturer then small, medium enterprises. If you just Google the MSME dashboard, it reflects 7 crore. That's why I asked this. If you Google a MSME dashboard, it shows 7 crore almost of MSME registered, in which 1.65 crore registered as manufacturer. And women here, I just tell you that 20% MSME registered by the women and only less than 5% in the field of export. So there are a gap, and these gaps we can unlock that potential. So this is the thing that we're going to discuss here right now. Just started with a thing that it's not a worldly issue and a global affair, it's a SME when I'm sitting back since 10 and just listening the speakers and the banks, the Bank of India tagline you can see, relationship beyond banking, and SBI Bank, the banker to every Indian. This is the what we Indians are. We are connect with the emotions, even with the automation. So it is the industry 4.0, that is automation, robotics and data driven, with the industry 5.0, that is human centric resilience and having a thing that known as sustainability. So when these banks, a big round of applause for banks who just doing this thing since long, since years. And this is what is the वर्ल्ड बियॉन्ड. जैसे योगा हमारा था, लेकिन जब मोदी जी उसको फॉरेन लेके गए तब सभी इंडिया में वापस से योगा सीखने और करने लगे, जबकि ये तो सनातन धर्म से था. तो एम्पावरिंग इज़ नॉट अ थिंग, इट्स अबाउट फर्स्ट अवेयरनेस. जो ये प्लेटफॉर्म दे रहा है एसएमई चैम्बर ऑफ कॉमर्स, आपको यहाँ बैंक्स दे रही है आपको अवेयरनेस. मैनी पॉलिसीज एंड मैनी सब्सिडीज are for the people who just be in the sector as a manufacturers and small medium enterprises, and many things that we're going to learn when you just know the urge to learn more, because learning is a never ending process. So who can just pursue the thing? सबसे पहले आपको अवेयर होना है. जो ये प्लेटफॉर्म और आप ऐसे लोगों से कनेक्ट हो सकते हैं जिनसे आपको पता चले. हम सबसे पहले ये एक मिथ है कि एक्सपोर्ट, अरे नहीं. और अभी तो आप जियो पॉलिटिकल क्राइसिस देख रहे हैं, शायद आप लोग सब बाहर से आ रहे हैं, मैं वडोदरा से आ रही हूँ. पेट्रोल पंप पे लॉन्ग क्यू है, राइट? एट दिस टाइम पैनिक है, मिथ है, व्हाट्स एवर, पर क्यू इज़ देयर. सो एट दिस टाइम you people are here. So I salute to you that you are learning here to something to grow, and it is the responsibility of the Chamber of Commerce and we as a speaker to give you something that you know that how to scale your business. So the thing is mostly done, covered by Dr. Rahul Singh from DGFT. He is the correct authority to about the policy and all. But empowering के लिए एक ही बात बोलना चाहूँगी. आप मैन्युफैक्चरर हैं, जो भी चीज़ आती है, कंप्लायंसेस है, आईईसी सर्टिफिकेट है, एमएसएमई सर्टिफिकेट तो आपको मिल ही जाता है. आईईसी सर्टिफिकेट, आइस गेट पे रजिस्ट्रेशन, ये बहुत इजी प्रोसेस है. आप एज अ मैन्युफैक्चरर, एज अ ओनर सब चीज़ें खुद नहीं कर सकते. बैंक है, पीपल आर देयर टू हेल्प यू आउट. जस्ट टेक अ स्टेप. एंड वो उसमें लोगों को होता है फियर. सो भगवद गीता में एक बहुत अच्छा श्लोक कहा गया है, सर्वोरपि गुणोर्युक्तो निवीर्या किम करिष्यति गुणीभूता गुणा सर्व तिष्ठन्ति ही पराक्रमे. अर्थात if you have everything, you have knowledge, you have resources, but you don't have courage, then no use of such qualities. And Greek philosopher said, Aristotle said the same thing, do have courage. Courage is the first of all quality, rest of the quality taken care by the courage. So courage किस लिए? युद्ध में जाने के लिए नहीं, courage हमारे अंदर के युद्ध के लिए कि हम भी ये कर सकते हैं. Even start with a very small basis. Even just a consignment, not a big consignment to send, but a small जो हम शेयरिंग में कर सकते हैं. लोगों को ये मिथ है कि अरे एक्सपोर्ट करना है तो अभी तो इतना रिसोर्सेस नहीं. आप एक छोटा सा पिन टू प्लेन होता है एक्सपोर्ट. आप छोटी सी चीज़ है, हैंडीक्राफ्ट का आइटम भी शेयरिंग के साथ उस कंसाइनमेंट में आप कर सकते हैं, जिसको शेयरिंग पे दिया जाता है. तो ये सारी चीज़ें हैं जो आपके लिए ऐसे समिट में स्पीकर्स या एसोसिएशंस होते हैं. नाउ अभी जो जियोपॉलिटिकल क्राइसिस चल रही है, इसमें एक्सपेक्ट किया गया था कि 850 बिलियन 2025-26 तक जाएगा, अप फ्रॉम आवर रिकॉर्ड 825 बिलियन. ये डेटा एक्सपेक्टेड था. बट आपको लगता है ये इतना जाएगा? हाँ, अभी भी लगता है, क्योंकि आप अगर कल का डेटा देखें तो इट इज़ ऑलमोस्ट 790 बिलियन पहुंच चुका है इंडिया का एक्सपोर्ट. 790 बिलियन, एंड अभी मार्च पूरा नहीं हुआ है. सो दैट इज़ द थिंग कि 790 जो लास्ट ईयर डेटा जो फाइनेंशियल ईयर था हमारा, उससे जो 747 था, 747 बिलियन था, यहाँ नहीं है वो फिगर, मैं बता रही हूँ, 747 बिलियन था फ्रॉम April to February last year. This year, financial year, April to February, it reached to 790 billion. So जो दिख रहा है वैसा नहीं है, जो लोग काम करते हैं वो जानते हैं कैसे करना है, एंड यू जस्ट बी इन्वाइटेड टू ज्वाइन दैट फ्रेटर्निटी ऑफ बीइंग अ एक्सपोर्टर. It's not a big thing, only you should aware, you have a courage to do the things. These all points are almost all covered by Mr. Ankit also. So, 7th largest exporter of refined petroleum, 11th globally, please. Second. India's top export destination and products. This is almost done, but I just share a small story. आपको यहाँ पर दिख रहा है कि यूएसए और किस कंट्रीज़ में सबसे ज़्यादा होता है और किस में लास्ट होता है. बहुत सारी ऐसी कंट्रीज़ हैं जहाँ पर नहीं है, तो क्या उन पर वहाँ नहीं जाना चाहिए, वहाँ नहीं करना चाहिए? क्यों नहीं? स्टोरी है छोटी सी, शायद आपने सुनी हो या नहीं सुनी, आई जस्ट शेयर हियर. टू अ बिजनेसमैन हैविंग अ 2 असिस्टेंट, वो उनको दोनों को एक कंट्री में भेजते हैं जहाँ पर उन्हें फुटवेयर सेल करना होता है. फुटवेयर अभी पहला जाता है और वो आके अपने सर को, सुपीरियर को बोलता है कि सर वहाँ पर कोई मार्केट नहीं है फुटवेयर का, क्योंकि वहाँ कोई पहनता नहीं है, लोग नहीं पहनते फुटवेयर, सो प्लीज़ वहाँ पर मत आप मैन्युफैक्चर या एक्सपोर्ट करिए, कोई मतलब नहीं. सेकेंड असिस्टेंट of the same person, sir huge market is there, no one know the footwear, हम आदत डाल देंगे, पूरा मार्केट हमारा है. That is what perspective and mindset, this is what perspective. अगर आपने सोचा है करना है तो आपको पॉजिटिव चीज़ दिशा दिखेगी. अभी सर ने बताया जैसे निर्यात प्रोत्साहन, निर्यात दिशा, वेरी एप्ट वर्ड फ्रॉम द DGFT, फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट. सो ये सारी चीज़ें हैं. और बैंक ऑफ इंडिया ने भी वुमेन के लिए भी एक अलग से स्कीम बताई थी, उद्यमी विनीता, इफ़ आई जस्ट नॉट रॉन्ग. सो ऑल दिस थिंग अबाउट द वुमेन टू, जो बोला जाता है कि नहीं कर सकती, एंड सबके लिए भी है कि आपका माइंडसेट वैसा रखिए कि आपको ये चीज़ें दिखे. नाउ रीजन वाइज एक्सपोर्ट, यही मैंने, ये जो इसमें दिख रहा है कि कहाँ सबसे ज़्यादा ग्रो हुआ है, ग्रोथ सबसे ज़्यादा अभी भी हम ग्रोथ चार्ट देखें तो यूएस में, एंड द सबसे जो नेगेटिव जा रहा है सब, हेलो या, एंड द थिंग इज दैट कि ये डेटा, ये फिगर, is data bring knowledge? No. Analysis bring the knowledge and wisdom. So already people shared their wisdom and knowledge. So when you just look through it and you know the how to just excel, be in the niche market of yourself. बहुत सारे लोग ऐसे हैं जिन्हें नहीं पता है कि उनके लिए बायर्स बैठे हुए हैं, बस उनको पता नहीं है. एम्बेसी किसके लिए होती है? पासपोर्ट के लिए, वीज़ा के लिए नहीं. एम्बेसी होती है अगर आपने करेक्ट एम्बेसी, किसी भी कंट्री की एम्बेसी, जैसे आजकल साइबर फ्रॉड चल रहा है, बहुत सारे फ्रॉड हो रहे हैं, पता चला आपका बायर सही नहीं है, आप कैसे पता करोगे? देन यू जस्ट कनेक्ट विद द इंडियन एम्बेसी ऑफ दैट कंट्री. दैट्स नॉट ओनली फॉर वीज़ा एंड पासपोर्ट, दे जस्ट रेक्टिफाई यू, वैलिडेट यू कि हाँ ये सही है, ये जो कंपनी है या ये जो पर्सन है, मर्चेंट ट्रेड वॉट एवर, वो सही है. एंड वो आपको वैलिडेट, इंडियन एम्बेसी किसके लिए होती है? हमारे लिए होती है, इंडियंस के लिए होती है. तो यू जस्ट, बट अगर आप पासपोर्ट की बटन पे क्लिक करके एक्सपोर्ट का क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो फिर बोलेंगे एम्बेसी हेल्प नहीं करती है, तो कैसे होगा? वहाँ पर आप जाइए, आप किसी भी एम्बेसी की वेबसाइट पे जाइए और वहाँ पर आप जाके करेक्ट आप पुट करेंगे, आपको डेफिनेटली ईमेल आएगा. यू जस्ट गेट द ईमेल. सो यूज दोज थिंग्स, दोज आर फॉर यू. नाउ what entrepreneurs can do, do almost all this thing cover, but in general जिसको किसी से कंसल्ट नहीं करना है, बात नहीं करना, वो खुद भी AI या हमारा गूगल करके वेबसाइट पे जाके, DGFT की वेबसाइट पे है, जैसे सर ने बताया IEC रजिस्ट्रेशन आप कर सकते हैं. जब आप जाएंगे तो आइस गेट ऑनबोर्डिंग आएगा, जो एक है जिसमें आपके कस्टमर का डेटा पूरा शेयर होता है। आईसी इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट कोड है जो हर एक एक्सपोर्टर को ज़रूरी होता है। देन जो मार्केट रिसर्च की मैंने बात कही वो यही कि आपका मार्केट, आपके जो प्रोडक्ट है, सब ये सोचते हैं एक्सपोर्ट करना, अब क्या प्रोडक्ट करें। नहीं कि अभी मेरे पास ना हैंडीक्राफ्ट है, जैसे वुमेन है, तो वो हो सकता, क्यों नहीं हो सकता? जस्ट स्टार्ट व्हाट यू हैव। और अगर आपके नेटवर्क में कोई भी मैन्युफैक्चरर है, आप खुद भी मैन्युफैक्चरर, इवन स्मॉल जो भी इनिशिएटिव लेते हैं उससे स्टार्ट करिए। जितना, व्हाट्स द करेक्ट टाइम टू स्टार्ट एनीथिंग? द करेक्ट टाइम इज़ नाउ। ये कोई बाद में या जब पॉलिटिकल क्राइसिस ख़त्म हो, अगर आप अभी से स्टार्ट करेंगे सर्च करना, सर्वे करना, मार्केट रिसर्च करेंगे, तब जब तक सब चीज़ें आपके लिए सही होंगी, आपका सब कुछ माइंडसेट हो चुका होगा, सिस्टम सेट हो चुका होगा। दैट इज़ द थिंग। देन ये सारी चीज़ें कवर की गई हैं। आप कम्युनिकेशन के लिए अभी एआई का ईपीसी एक्सपोर्ट प्रमोशन काउंसिल, इंडियन एम्बेसी जो मैंने बताया, और आपको हर एक उसमें लॉ और रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन हर कंट्री के अलग होते हैं। यू हैव टू रेक्टिफाई दैट। बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है। देयर इज़ अ CHA, कॉमन हाउस एजेंट्स होते हैं, कंसल्टेंट्स होते हैं, गवर्नमेंट बैंक्स ने जैसे कहा दे आर जस्ट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू आउट। अच्छा, सबसे अच्छी बात क्या होती है एक्सपोर्ट में, एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट में और डोमेस्टिक मार्केट में क्या डिफरेंस है? एक्सपोर्ट इंपोर्ट में पूरे ट्रांसपेरेंसी होती है। जो बैंक ऑफ इंडिया के जो रीजनल हेड थे, शायद उन्होंने कहा था, जोनल हेड, फर्स्ट टाइम, ट्रांसपेरेंसी कैसे? ट्रांसपेरेंसी इसमें पूरी होती है। दोनों तरफ के बैंक इसमें कनेक्टेड होते हैं। आपको किसी के पीछे अपने पैसे मांगने के लिए भागना नहीं पड़ता, जो डोमेस्टिक बिजनेस में कई बार होता है। दिस इज़ अ वेरी गुड थिंग अबाउट एक्सपोर्ट इम्पोर्ट। देर आर नॉट सो मच पेपर वर्क। लोगों को मिथ है कि बहुत पेपर वर्क है, कैसे होगा कंप्लायंसेस, बट नो, नॉट मच डॉक्यूमेंटेशन नीडेड। ग्लोबल मार्केट से आप डायरेक्टली कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। गवर्नमेंट ने सब्सिडी पॉलिसीज़ भी हैं। इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड फेयर्स होते हैं। इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड फेयर्स का आप जो यूज़ करते हैं मोबाइल, आपका लैपटॉप, तो उसमें अगर आप डालेंगे तो नंबर ऑफ अपकमिंग इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड फेयर्स आ जाते हैं। एंड लेडीज़, वुमेन, 100% आपका ट्रेड फेयर का आना जाना एंड आपका स्टॉल का फ्री है फ्रॉम द गवर्नमेंट साइड फॉर द वुमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर्स। सो दिस इज़ द प्लेटफॉर्म टू जनरेट अवेयरनेस। देन EPC का वैल्यूएबल सपोर्ट, मार्केट डेटा, सब्सिडाइड पार्टिसिपेशन इन ट्रेड फेयर, बायर सेलर्स मीट होती हैं, ट्रेड इंक्वायरीज, यूटिलाइज इंडियन एम्बेसी नेटवर्क्स, अडॉप्ट इंडस्ट्री 4.0 टेक्नोलॉजीज। इंडस्ट्री 4.0 टेक्नोलॉजी, सिंपल सी बात है। यहाँ हम SME की बात कर रहे हैं, इसलिए हम स्केलिंग इंडस्ट्री की बात कर रहे हैं। पर AI, अगर आपके पास, you have only 2 people to run your business, but you can use the AI. You can use the robotics, IoT, Internet of Things transfer, and the data-driven thing. Then with that only, many companies can scale their business, even in the current scenario. So Industry 4.0, अच्छा यहाँ सानन प्लांट पास में है, राइट? AI क्या करता है उसका एक्सट्रीम एग्जांपल बताती हूँ। सानन में हमारा टाटा का EV, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक व्हीकल का, राइट? एक छोटा सा वेग गैस करिए कि कितना टाइम लगता होगा एक कार को असेंबल होने में। कैन यू प्लीज हैव अ वेग गैस, एनीवन? हाँ, एनी मोर? AI. Fine. You said, sir, 4 hours. You said, ma'am, half an hour. You just surprised that only 36 seconds a car just be assembled in Tata plant at Sanan. So 36 seconds. So this is what, when an AI can do such a miraculous thing at such a high scale, then why should we not adopt that technology? It's not costly. It's not resourceful. Banks are here, right, banks? You all are here to just support manufacturer and exporters. So take the help of government, take the help of bank, take the help of. अभी सर टाइम तो नहीं हुआ ना सर, हो गया तो ठीक है. then I just should stop here. Then next. Last. हाँ. This is what Make in India, Utkarsht Bharat, Shreshth Bharat, Excellent India. But now, in today, this is what, if you can prefix design, your creativity, that startup people also there, or the manufacturer who just about to start or in the process of manufacturing, design, then plus Make in India, plus export from India, then become Utkrasht Bharat, Excellent India, Shreshth Bharat. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Now, friends, we have a lot of bankers, other institutions. Now it's time to last speaker, Mr. Jigar Naik. He is a senior manager, National Stock Exchange, Ahmedabad. And his topic is to capital market access for the MSMEs for alternative financing. Over to you, sir.
Very good morning, all of you. Time is very difficult. It's a lunch time and it's my last session. But hopefully I'll be having the good 20 minutes of time and will be able to empower you with some amount of equity knowledge. So most of the organizations in today have discussed on the debt part. So I myself have worked for ICICI Bank for last 12 years. So a little bit of equity is also required in terms of when you want to grow the business, and that is where the IPO part comes in. So we have a platform called NSE Emerge, which started in the year 2012. It's an dedicated platform for only the SME companies who want to come and raise the money through the public market. So this is about it. Next slide. So all of you must be having some knowledge on NSE. What do we do? So today we are at $4.9 trillion US market cap NSE valuation, and we have got multiple products. For example, IPOs, IPO SME, electronic bidding platform, public debt, green bond, SSE. So as I've told, this platform got launched in 2012. So till now, if you see, 715 companies, SME companies got listed on our platform. And if you talk about NSE plus BSE both, so total about 1450 companies from India got listed on the SME exchange put together. Total capital raised is around 22,000 crores, and the market cap of all the companies put together is 2 lakh crores. So out of these companies, 158 companies got migrated to the main board. So if you were to see, every 1 out of 4 companies from SME got migrated to the main board. So there are few conditions on how you can migrate to the main board. That I will come later on that. And the average fundraising of all those companies is 31 crore. But if you see about the last 1 year, the average fundraising is 48 crores on NSE Emerge platform. So this is the size of the SME company, which you will now see. The average issue size 48 crore. So this is the flowchart of the SME companies rise in India. So if you were to see, the first 300 companies from India got 10 years for listing, and next 300 companies took 2 years of listing. So there is a kind of momentum, there is a kind of support what SMEs have got from the equity support. So now what is the criteria? I mean, I want to take the equity. Then what are the criteria on which I should be eligible? So first of all, your operating profit, what you call EBITDA, earning before interest and tax, should be 1 crore for 2 out of last 3 years. So if you are SME and if you got 3 years of experience, then your operating profit should be minimum 1 crore. There is no revenue cap. So one lady has asked question that my minimum revenue is not 5 crore. But then if you want to take equity, there is no minimum revenue target which should be there for SME IPO. If your operating profit is 1 crore, then you can come and raise the money. Second is the paid up capital. Your paid up capital should be less than 10 CR. So there is no minimum criteria on having the minimum paid up capital, that minimum 5 crore or 8 crore should be there. It is not such that. Your 3 years operating history, your net worth should be positive. Your dilution. So 25% is the minimum dilution of SME company has to do. So if you want to raise money, then 75% of your equity will be with you and 25% you will have to exchange to the public in order to get the IPO in process. And 1.25% will be reserved for the market maker. So now what is the market maker? So market maker will make sure that in entire day, he or she will be able to provide the buy and sell quote on any given day. So if any of the investor want to sell your share, then the market maker will be there who will be buying or selling the share accordingly. And SME IPOs, unlike main board IPOs, are 100% underwritten. So what does it mean? That if you got the approval from the exchange, let's say for 75 CR, and one fine day on the subscription day, you may not be able to find the subscription, let's say 50 crores. Then what about 25 CR? So that 25 CR has to be arranged by the underwriter. So no matter what happens, if you got an approval for 75 CR, you will get the 75 CR. The balance shortfall amount will be managed by the underwriter, who will underwrite your issue. So for SME IPOs, there's one concept called OFS, offer for sell. So now if you would have seen in main board, there are companies like Vishal Mega Mart, NSDL, Hyundai, they come up with the 100% OFS. So OFS means the existing promoters will sell the shares and they will take the money, entire money. So for SME, it does not happen like that. Maximum the OFS, offer for sale, is 20%. So if the IPO size is 100 crore, then max 20 crores can be used at OFS and 80 crores will be used for the company's SME expansion, for the business. So 80 crore will come into the company and they can use the money for the expansion. Unlike main board. Main board, if you see, there are a lot of companies who are coming with the OFS. But in SME, there are very less scenarios because it is kept at 20% OFS. Then in SMEs, the promoter or promoter group, individual, loan repayment cannot happen. Suppose if you are SME company and if you are director and if you want to pay off your own home loan or if you want to pay your own business loan, then it cannot be done from SME IPO money. Repayment of loans of any company, let's say you want to pay off your overdraft, you want to pay off your term loans or CC limits, then you will be able to prepay from SME IPO money, but not your own individual loans. Then if you are proprietorship or partnership company, then there is a compulsory 1 year of cooling period so that you will have to convert your company in limited company and then you need to wait for 1 full financial year. So let's say if you are sitting at March today, then if you convert your company, a limited company, then your IPO will come post April 27. not before April 27, because so you'll have to convert your company. So if you got a plan for IPO in coming years, then you need to convert your company into limited company so that 1 year of cooling period will be achieved easily. The trading will happen in lots, unlike main board. So here minimum lot size is 2. So any of the investor who want to buy your SME share, then he'll have to buy in lots. Now there's one concept called GCP, General Corporate Purpose. It is kept at 10 CR or 15%. So let's say your IPO is 100 crore, then there is one concept GCP wherein, let's say, you don't have the exact nature of your object. You don't know where to use money. So 15% of total IPO money you can keep as GCP. And you can use the money for any of the business requirement according to your requirement. So what happens that in day 1 DRHP, draft red herring prospectus, you need to declare all the objects कि पैसा मैं कहाँ use करूँगा. But there is a scope of 15% called as GCP, wherein you don't need to declare your कि पैसा कहाँ पे use होने वाला है. That is okay, not to declare. So now, if you are on SME IPO exchange, and if you want to migrate to the main board, what are the criteria? Because what happens that when you convert to the main board, then you will have the full spectrum of the investors available, and your value unlocking will happen in good way. So your top line, your revenue for the last financial year should be 100 crores before migration. Your market cap should be 100 crores before migration. The minimum shareholders for your company should be 500. Your company net worth should be 75 CR, the minimum net worth, your reserves and your capital. And the company has to be there on SME platform for last 3 years. So if you're able to fulfill these 5 criteria, then your company can migrate to the main board company. So these are the multiple reasons why should we consider listing and not to go for the bank's funding. So there is no wrongdoing in going to a banks for funding, but then banks will have some limitations in terms of providing the loans and providing the money which you will expect, because banks will be able to support in very linear way. So if you want to grow exponentially, then the equity support is required. So I guess banks, debt fund plus equity fund, both will play a very complementary role to each other, and right mix of debt and equity is required for any SME company who want to scale further. So unlike banks, you don't have any repayment terms for exchange. So because it's an equity part, you can unlock the enterprise value. See what happens then if you go for the listings, the valuation for the company can be fixed, and later on, once the valuation will increase, you can invite more investors to invest in your company, and by let's say discounting 1% or 2% of a dilution, good amount of capital can be introduced. So this my number. So I take care of Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, both the states, for SME IPO. So if you are SME and want to look for the equity fund and would like to go for the public listing, then I guess you can come and meet us. We'll be very happy to see and in what ways we can guide you. And I would very happy to take the questions. Yes, please.
Just like the SME,
Yes.
Is there any specific criteria for startup, any company listed today with the DPIIT registration? Is there any criteria?
No, 3 years, the operating vintage should be there, minimum 3 years.
3-year-old company, minimum.
Yes, minimum 3 years old
So
company. And
startup should be 3 years old.
operating profit should be 1 crore
1
minimum.
crore. Okay.
Yes.
Only 2 conditions.
2 conditions.
Thank you, Jigarji. Thank you very much.
For startups, these P and VCs are there. So they will be able to invest the equity in your, and then they will take exit through the IPOs.
So thank you, Jigarji. Please be on the stage. I'll request my team to please give him the bouquet and felicitate him. Friends, we are almost at the end of the conference. Yeah, we have gone through the different presentations. We have heard different bankers, different stakeholders, insurance broking firms. So, as I told you, become a member with the chamber for your each and every need. जिनको finance चाहिए, जिनको joint venture चाहिए, जिनको collaboration चाहिए, technology transfer चाहिए, they can reach out to us. We are there available with us. Mr. Purohit is here from the Gujarat region. He is taking care for the Gujarat region for the SME Chamber of India. And with these words, we conclude this event. Our big thanks to our sponsors, Bank of India, State Bank of India, SIDBI, Ratnafin, Wadhwani Foundation, and as well as the two associations who have helped us, that is Sanand Industry Association as well as Gujarat State Plastic Manufacturers Association. My biggest thanks to everybody. Thank you very much. And with these words, we conclude this event. Enjoy the networking and enjoy the lunch. Thank you.